So I mean, if
Go
we
now.
decide that if
Go
we
now.
decide that.
Hey, look.
Hello.
Hello, folks. As you can see, Dave and I have just been having fun doing because we've upgraded now. We can have 9 of you up here because Dave is now producer. He's in charge of production. He will put up all your comments, etc. So I just sit here and talk.
One more thing to do.
What's that?
That.
Oh yeah.
Hello, world. Welcome to my home.
Yeah, this week I'm always going to put a picture up of somewhere in the world, but today we thought I'd start with Dave's hometown. This is Newcastle, County Down, in the background.
Morn.
You can't really see because we're all in the way, but this is a picture that I took. Good evening, Richard.
Good evening, Mick. Good evening, Richard.
So,
welcome to the Farmhouse Madhouse.
Right, let's see what we do. I've got to do a few things here and there. Right.
Because we've got lots of new things.
We've
got new cameras. We've got new mics.
New cameras, yeah. New microphones. It's all happening, you know. So, the microphone was actually used for the first time with Richard. I know we've been having a few teething problems with sound and look, so just bear with us while we sort this out. It will get itself right. I can only do it when I've actually watched it myself, and Dave has, so we can go, yeah, we need to tweak that, we need to tweak that. We will get it right, though. So anyway, considering it's been a crazy week, lots has been happening. 15 new subscribers. That's pretty good. And 3,680 views this week. So what have you been watching? Well, number 3 from Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember now. When was it? It was from Tuesday. Jefferson Airplane studio album ranking 130.
Yeah, that did take off.
Yes. Oh.
Pardon.
Yeah. Number 2, songs that are better live with my good friend Richard, 163. Apparently, Richard, we got into a bit of a stick because we thought that Peter didn't sing. Yeah, there was a few things. But the most watched one last week was the review of Dark Side of the Moon redo, 183. Top short last week is still Songs of the Distant Earth Part 1, 98. So for the 28 days, 59 subscribers in 28 days. That's pretty impressive as usual. 13,854 views. What have you been watching? Now, here's a bizarre one. In the last 28 days, 272 people have gone back into the vault and watched Barclay James Harvest album ranking. 292 people have been watching the 20 Bad Kiss songs. But number 1 still, Slade. Studio albums at 383. It's amazing. Are you still there, Dave? Will you just...
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute myself for a minute. I'm going to mention I'm going to wait until you're done, but I'm going to mention something about Slade.
Yeah. So, since we started way back in May 2021, it seems like a lifetime away. 233,447 views.
Evening, Zeb.
Good evening, Zeb. And 1,211 subscribers. That's pretty impressive. So we have a new number 3 of the most viewed.
Right, do you want to go one, two,
Slade.
three?
Yeah, it's Slade now, 3,921. But only 30 views in front is Derek Riggs' Iron Maiden artwork. Will Slade jump into number 2 next week? Who knows? But still at number 1, status quo, 7,460 views. Top ranked short, Jean-Michel Jarre, 2,607. And Roger Whittaker is still hanging there. It's gone down, but it's still 592 for the 28 days.
I mean, the fact that it's over a month now, but it's still up near 600, that's amazing.
And the thing that everybody wants to know is the results of Battle Royale. Who's going through? Will it be Secret Treaties? Or This is the Sea? And I'm going to tell you now. Unless Dave's got them. Good evening, Simon. Have you got the results in front of you?
I do.
So Dave will tell you who's going through and who we've got to say goodbye to.
The votes were 35 to 17. And unfortunately, we have to say bye-bye to the Water Boys. The Blue Oyster Cult Secret Treaties won with an 18-vote majority. Now, should anybody want to see, I'm going to have to do it in the live chat, so I'll post it up in a bit on the live chat.
So today's battle was an interesting one. It is Turnips returns Sandistana by The Clash against all the way from Japan, one of the cohorts of the live stream, Genesis Foxtrot from Michael Ricefield Records. So what have I been listening to? Well, apart from putting furniture together this week, Cheap Trick is 17 out of the 20. We're nearly done. Fate's Warning, 11 of 13. Beach Boys are coming on nicely at 8 of the 29. Echo and the Bunnymen even, 2 of 13. John Cale, I have listened to 3 of his 13. Eclipse, 2 of the 9. White Stripes, 2 of 10. And Oasis are 2, the first 2 albums. And I've completed Amorphis, Tigers of Pang Tang, and Tremaze. So that's the news. So it's now time for hatches and matches and dispatches.
Hang on, I've just had a message. That's something that this is something that you and I need to talk about, and we'll talk about it tomorrow probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it anything that you could?
Somebody's wanting access to Google Docs, and I suspect that it's a spammer or something like that.
Oh, well, they can go and.
Oh. I wonder. Let me just go and check this and. File.
It could be that Richard's having a look.
Share it with others. No access. Anyone with the link. Done. Right. Would you like to try that again and tell me if you can get in? Sorry, Richard.
Anyway, we've got. Does anyone want to guess what them lyrics are?
Mm-hmm. That's rather interesting. I've now got Richard's email.
Well, that's not a bad thing, really. I'm sure
he doesn't want what I. Anyway. Right. Having sorted that out, thank you, Richard. for bringing that to my attention. Right, hatches, matches, and dispatches. Okay, so this week I haven't checked within the last couple of hours, but so far this week we've had 8 deaths. The 11th of October, we lost the big name, Rudolph Isley. Hall of Fame singer with the Isley Brothers. The 12th of October, we lost Michael Cooper. Now, Michael was a Jamaican musician and he was in a couple of groups, Inner Circle and Third World. The same day, we lost Rene Marguerite, a Spanish Catalan singer, songwriter, and author, and co-founder of a group, El Setze Jutes. We also lost Raya Negro, a Venezuelan performer, singer, and electronic musician. 13th of October, Gary Mapanzure, a Zimbabwean singer, passed away. And on the 17th, we lost Carla Bley, an American jazz composer and musician, and she was a member of the Jazz Composers Orchestra. The 18th, we lost Dwight Twilley, an American singer-songwriter with the Dwight Twilley Band. I haven't been able to get that name right all day. And today, we lost Lasse Berghagen, a Swedish singer and musician on the Eurovision Song Contest in 1975 and a TV presenter. So we say farewell to all of those. And on a personal note, I also said farewell to my last maternal aunt. She passed away on Sunday and we buried her today. So if I disappear later, it may be family related matters have come to my attention. Anyway, notable birthdays today. We've got 28 birthdays. The youngest at 22 is Nehemiah Harden, better known as Spot'em Got'em, an American rapper and songwriter.
Yes.
Oh, it'll
sorry,
at 31, we've Lil Durk, another American rapper. At 39, we have Stephen Bruner, better known as Thundercat, an American bass guitarist with Flying Lotus, songwriter and record producer. I was tempted to put him on the list, and I thought, no, Iain will go bananas if I do. 40 today is Micaiah McCraven, an American jazz drummer, composer, and band leader. 44 today is Brian Robertson, an American ska, punk, rock trombonist with the group Suburban Legends. 45 today is Chris Sellers, an American rapper with the group that we've mentioned before, Another Bad Creation. And one for Christopher. 45 today is Henri Trollhorn Sorvali, a Finnish heavy metal musician with the band Moon Sorrow. 47 today, Joseph Andrew Duplantier, a French-American heavy metal guitarist and vocalist with the band Gojira. And Pete Loeffler, American rock guitarist and singer-songwriter with the band Chevelle. 50 today is Laurent Brankovitz. I think some people know him as Mazalai. He's a French guitarist with the group Phoenix. And 51 today is a gentleman who was born Prakazrel Michel. He's known by the mononym Pras. He's a Haitian-American rapper, songwriter, and a producer. And he produced the Fugees. That tells you something. 58 today is Todd Park Mower, an American musician with a group, and you'll love this name, Big Head Todd and the Monsters. Sunita, as Iain already mentioned today, born Sunita Malone, British-American singer, famous for So Macho and Toy Boy, 60 today. So happy bus pass day to you, dear. 63 today is Jennifer Holliday, an American Grammy and Tony Award-winning stage actress and pop, R&B and gospel singer. Talk about talented. along with Dan Woody Woodgate. Nick will be jumping for joy. It's the British rock drummer with Madness. It's his birthday today. 65 today is Antoine Trousers. I'm sorry.
Anton Trousers?
Yes. It's probably pronounced differently, but it's
Trousers.
Trousers or something like that. Anyway, he's a rock drummer singer with Dyke Bleeding Heart. Having already mentioned the Waterboys, 66 today is Carl Wallinger, the Welsh rocker and songwriter with the Waterboys from 1983 to 85. He was also with group World Party and performed on Give It All Away and Ship of Fools. Now, I was looking and I can't find if that's the same one that a certain rock singer sang. I'm not sure if it's the same song or not. Anyway, 68 today is Nino DeFranco, a Canadian pop guitarist with the DeFranco family. 72 today is Annie Golden. Do you remember her? American punk rock singer with the Shirts. 75 is Patrick Simmons, an American rock guitarist and songwriter, and he was a founding member of the Doobie Brothers.
He certainly was.
Yeah, and 75 as well was Peter Soley, a British prog rock session and touring Hammond organ player and keyboardist. Boy, did he play with some groups.
Whitesnake for one of them.
Whitesnake in 1978. Yeah, he played with Paladin, Procol Harum from 1975 to 77, and they played in Whitesnake 1978. And he's also a record producer, so his name might get added. 76 today is Wilbur Hart, an American singer with the Delphonics. Do you remember them? Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time and La La Means I Love You? They were a couple of their hits. 78 today is Gloria Jones, an American R&B and rock singer-songwriter. Now, she's credited with a song, Tainted Love. Now, I don't know if that's the same one that a couple of other artists have recorded and made famous. She was also a theatre actress. She appeared in Hair, and she was a keyboardist, very famously, with T-Rex from 1973 to 77. She was the mother to Mark Bolan's son. She was the lady who was in the car whenever Mark died. 78 today is also Jeannie C. Riley. She was born in Stevenson. She's an American Grammy and CMA Country Music Association award-winning pop, country, and gospel singer. And she's best known for Harper Valley PTA. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that and gone, oh no, not again. 79 today, Rocky Baby, George McCrae, the American soul and disco singer.
God, is he that old?
He's that old, and I couldn't believe he was still alive. 80 today is Robin Holloway, a British composer known for a piece called Seascape and Harvest, and he was an educator at Cambridge University from 1974 until 2011. He worked his way up through the ranks and became a professor of music. Also 80 today is Robert Morris, a British-born American composer, born in Britain, then the family moved to the States and he took up American nationality. Granddaddy of them all today is Eddie Daniels, an American jazz session and classical clarinetist. He played with the Thad Jones and Mel Lewis Orchestra and with Bob James. So that's all the hatches and dispatches. Matches, we've got two for you. Only two, because there weren't a lot this day. In 1874, I love this one. 1874, the first known balloon wedding took place between Mary Elizabeth Walsh and Charles M. Colton. And they rode in the balloon with their employer over Cincinnati. Their employer happened to be P.T. Barnum. E of the circus fame. And in 2012, Grammy Award-winning singer Justin Timberlake married Total Recall actress Jessica Biel.
Are they still married?
Yes, they're still married. They got
Great.
married in Italy, in Fasano, at the Borgo Ignazia Resort. So that's Hatches, Matches, and Dispatches. So I now need to add that and make it full screen, and off you go, young sir.
Okay, time for what's on next week. And we're going to start Monday with a little bit of a tribute to Gary Wright of Spooky Tooth. So I'm going to be ranking the Spooky Tooth albums. Classic album is the Rolling Stone magazine's number 3 album of the decade, of the 70s. These Foolish Things, Brian Ferry. Bit controversial for me, but there we go. Gabe, Tuesday, we got part 2 of the Alexis Corner, and it's the Blues Incorporated. Now, you don't know if you can see, but that drummer looks very familiar, doesn't he?
Yes, I've seen him somewhere before.
Yes, that's a very young-looking Charlie Watts. So that's what we're doing. And retro ranking, the man of the Gretsch, the man of twang, the one and only Mr. Dwayne Eddy. Wow, yes. Wednesday, we've got part 2 of Fela Kuti. Thoroughly enjoyed doing part 1. Part 2 is going to be even better. Then on a Thursday, we've got another Battle Royale. This is between A Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is Richard's entry, and we've got Status Quo Rocking All Over the World. That'll be an interesting matchup. Pick and Mix next week is a producer, and it's Reinhold Mack, but we know him more lovingly as just plain old Mac. Produced Queen to be one of the bands, and he started his engineering days with ELO. People.
Yeah, we were actually thinking about it.
We've got a David Bowie live album ranking. Now, there's so many. I've split this into 2. The ones we're going to be doing next Friday are the ones while he was in his lifetime. The posthumous ones will be done at a later stage. Yes. And tomorrow, it's coming out tomorrow. The most anticipated album in a long time. We've got the Hackney Diamonds by the Rolling Stones. I'll be reviewing that next week. I can't wait to hear it. I'm looking forward to it so much. And then next Saturday, we're doing a little thing with Richard again. And this is one of Richard's ideas. It's a really good one. I'm looking forward to this one. It's been a challenge. Favourite 10 singles that failed to make the top 75 in the UK.
That's so broad.
As it's wide.
Yeah. Wow. So,
yeah, it's a challenge for Mr. McCook. A very big challenge.
There we go. Right. In response to some of the chat, let's have a look here. Radio Nome, good evening.
Okay, can I just say this is part of our thing, mate? Yes. If you don't like it, you know where you can go. Bye-bye.
Bob, thank you. Thank you, Zeb and Vinyl Dale and Mike. Thank you, Richard. Tainted Love, it is the same song. Thank you for that. Yes, Charles. People did say that about Nectar. Because Simon says status quo of no chat. In fact, I actually agree with Simon. If I had a vote, I would not be voting for status quo, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but Simon and Garfunkel, that is one of the classiest albums of all time. Ooh. Hello. What? What have you done?
Oh,
You banned the wrong person.
oh, hang on. Oh, shit. How can I get him back? I have just put out Simon. Whoops. Hang on.
Let's have a look. It's not that one. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, I'm going to just have to send him a...
There must be a way to unban someone.
I can't believe I've done that. I've just... the people that comes up.
Banned the wrong person. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Right. Try and come back at someone. Hang on. I'm going to have to.
Come back. All his comments have gone. Oh dear.
Strike again. Yeah.
I did not have fingers on a mouse or a keyboard. I didn't touch anything, Gav.
I don't know how.
Oh, blimey. Sorry, Simon.
Don't know how that happened because I was doing the one above it. Anyway, if anyone wants to come up and save the show, more than welcome. Anyway, while we're sorting that out.
That's
yeah, so while Dave's doing that, I actually brought myself something this week. I brought the last of the sort of remixes of Marillion, and this is Season's End. It's pretty good. I got this thing here. It explains all the things on the front of the thing. And I don't know what it is. I don't know about rubbish. I've got some good pictures in here. So I've watched the documentary. That was interesting. Oh dear, I feel the prize pillock. I really do.
Right, I've managed to get him back in, I think, on YouTube. Because he's now back in as a moderator and whatnot. But oh dear.
Right, I'm going to do this. Now, this is something I'm doing live. Simon, just come back in. Dave's sorted it out. Just come back into.
No guarantee. No guarantee that Dave has sorted it out, but we'll give it a go.
Yes, there we go. Sorry, mate, I hit the wrong button.
Well, you hit the right button, just the wrong person.
Hey!
He's back. Hooray.
Right, Simon. Can you come up, Simon, and I can do an official apology? Oh, dear. Yeah, I actually banned a moderator. I must be the only person on the VC to ban a moderator. What a prize. I think it's Helmet of the Week for Iain. It really is.
Oh, Helmet, Wally of the Week, Wally of the Month, Wally of the Year. You've won the lot.
I might be up for an award on some other channel.
Oh?
Yeah.
You're not going to get a TV show award, are you?
I may do.
Oh, well, accept it with gratitude and good grace and then burn it.
Well, I've heard the rumours that I am for the most outrageous meltdown.
Oh, I'm sorry, but the most outrageous meltdown goes somewhere else.
Yes, Seb is right. I am. Oh, are you in for it? Well, I don't mind a bit of competition from you, Seb. But yeah, apparently I was informed that my name's been mentioned for that award. But there you go.
Excuse me, I'm just finishing off a late supper.
Oh, that's two of my stream are in for an award. Well, look, we may, at least one of us from here will win it.
Well, it all depends. Is there a third?
I don't know.
Because I would suspect that a certain gentleman who had a meltdown might get nominated.
I don't know. But that was just the thing. So hold on, let's get rid of that. We don't want that up anymore. There we go. Anyway, Rocky this week, you know, I said he stubbed his toe.
Oh yes.
Yeah. His nails fell off.
Right.
So
Is the foot going to follow?
Yeah, I thought, oh my god, and he hasn't limping or anything. He's just been his usual pain in the bum. So I phoned the vet, and all they said to me was, "Is he limping?" Nope. I said, "He's just being Rocky. Don't worry about it. It'll grow back." Apparently, it's just like a human. You know, when we stub our toe, we sometimes lose a nail. What was the best remix of those Fish Erie box errors? Fugazi. Because which, for those you don't know,
Sorry,
Fugazi, when it was rushed because it took so long to do, they just got it out because there's a story on the DVD that they've said, "Oh, we got to do this and do that," and they went, "No, this is it." So finally, they all, when it was on the documentary on that, they all got the version they wanted.
All right. Okay. I'm going with a quick chain here. So guess what? Guess when that happened? And Mike's response was,
"Not you again."
To which the reply was,
"Yes, that's the only time we get this thing." I've seen the same. Right.
50. Yes. Yeah. That's what I was saying. That's where I would be pushing the award. But then the presenter can't give it to themselves, can they?
No, they can't. So there we go.
And what you forgot to say is, in addition to having a nice new background and whatnot, we can have more than 6 people.
Yeah, we can have. So if you no one waiting in the thing, I think the other thing we can do. See, we've got this little brand thing in the thing. What I can do, if I can find it, is
what do you mean?
Shall we have Rocky up tonight?
Hey, yeah, the boss might as well oversee the new premises.
You miss Slaves? Well, I don't know about Slade's thing today. I don't know that his wife put out a thing that poor old Noddy has been suffering.
Oh yes, I meant to mention. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Noddy's wife disclosed in a magazine article today that Noddy was diagnosed with esophageal cancer 5 years ago. And where are we? I want to find the exact terminology that they used. Yeah. He agreed to a grueling course of experimental treatment as part of a brand new trial of intense chemotherapy. Now, considering that my brother had esophageal cancer and he went very quickly, the fact that Noddy is still here 5 years later says an awful lot for the treatment. They were given no guarantees that the treatment would work. But 5 years later, he's still here. And he put on, despite having had the treatment, he put on a string of shows this summer. So a great deal of respect to Noddy Holder for surviving and overcoming that.
I was having a conversation with Lee earlier today about bands that we like and how, and he said, well, of all the bands from that when we was growing up, Slade the only one that all the members are still alive.
Yes, they are. Oh, crikey, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Almost every other band, someone has gone, yes.
So someone has gone, but Slade are still the same thing. Anyway, the other thing that's obviously new is what's behind me. Let's do a little.
Yes.
Yes. I know there's not, Richard likes to guess, but because they're so small.
Well, hang on. Let's do that.
Yes.
You know what? You could almost move that forward.
We'll try. The light's a bit funny, you see, can't. So there's some rock albums. If you bear with me 2 seconds, I've got 3 posters made up. Oh, ABBA are still alive, of course they are. Well spotted, Richard. Right. I'll show you the other ones. Whoops. What I'm going to do, instead of putting albums up, because I don't want to spoil my covers, so I thought I'd get some little posters made. I'm going to change them every week. And if you notice, the things have changed, new backgrounds on the videos now. A little bit more organised. So these are the other ones I've done. We've got the A to Z of prog. Some great prog albums on there.
Yes.
And then I've just done another sort of A to Z of rock. Let's do it the other. Well, classic rock or whatever you want to call it.
Proper rock.
Yeah. And does anyone want to see a sneaky view of the new logo for 2024? Do you think we should give them a spoiler?
Well,
because this poster's not going up. No, or don't know. Okay, quick show of things.
I can do it, or you can do it.
No, I'll do it on here because it's at the bottom of this one.
Yeah, because I can do it in the top corner.
Yeah.
You need to stand up a bit. Hop, hop, hop. There we go.
So that's the new logo for next year. But more about that in 24.
And for those who are looking, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang, back to the boss.
What's it? It's got some good.
Yes, it has got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to do an A to Z of pop. That's the next one, and I'm going to do one of like glam rocky pop. So we can have Mark up there and Bay City Rollers, all them good stuff. Yeah, I've got. It's my local photo print shop in Northampton done these for me, and they've done some. They were really nice, and they commented on the lovely artwork of my logos.
Well,
so
by they you mean she, the very nice young lady.
She was really nice.
Richard would like a new Slade album. I think we all would.
We would all like a new Slade album, but we are getting a new Rolling Stones album tomorrow.
Are still alive. He reckons he knows 12 of the album covers.
On the back. Oh, well done, sir.
Yeah. Zeb likes the prog posters. He got Landberg on it.
Yeah. Yes, it has, hasn't it?
True enough. We are missing somebody, and Simon has very kindly reminded us what Rob would say.
Yes, he may not be here, but he's there in vain with his the emojis.
At A to Z a pop, yes.
Definitely coming.
And yes, Mr. Walker did say that he liked him some prog once. I think it was either last week or the week before.
Right, I'm just going to go off camera for 2 seconds, and you'll see why.
No, you're not. No.
That's why. I'm not stripping off on camera. Not for anybody. Not for money either.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da.
Considering it's not very nice out there, it's really warm in here, and I haven't got my heating on either.
I haven't got my heating on, but I must admit I was wearing my thermals today, given the
You've
weather
been out in the cold. Yeah. And if it's anything like, I mean, is your auntie up at Bransfield? Yeah, that cemetery is cold in the summer.
Oh, Bransford, yes.
Yeah.
If you've got a sea breeze, yes, it's cold in the summer.
So I had to put that one up. Walker likes Rush, have it in writing.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. He did, and I'm positive it was 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Has anyone guessed the lyrics yet? Anyone guessed the lyrics?
Please, sir.
I know you know them. You suggested them.
Exactly.
So, does anyone want to come up tonight? Or is it just going to be me and Dave prattling on? Because we can go more than 2 hours now.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can go more than 2 hours, and we can have more than 6 people on the stream.
So I just sort of say, good evening, Martin. Hope you're well. We got a winner there.
Yes, well spotted, sir.
Hang on, I'll take that off. I'm just supposed to be doing all that. I'm going to fold my arms and sit back in my lovely, comfortable chair.
Well, as Mike said quite correctly, Mr. Blue Sky. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a
Vinyl Dale. Hello, Martin. Yeah, we're doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, I had to get a better seat because my back is that. I'll get to about after I've recorded the videos in the morning. I'll start getting a pain up here, and apparently I need some support on my back because of my shoulder. So I think.
We were looking for happy-go-lucky lyrics, Nick. Well, good evening. Welcome in.
Welcome to the new improved. I'll add in Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Hiya.
Well, we can see a little bit more of Newcastle County Down. This is where Dave lives, the back pitch.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask what the background was. So this is a new improved stream then.
Oh,
no
yes,
definitely.
Oh yes, it's in IMAX, this one.
Yeah.
Vinyl.
Yeah,
I like
4D.
I like that one. Vinyl
Yes,
Scavenger saw a bit of blue sky today.
Yes, and as now we've got thing, Dave doesn't have to disappear. So now Dave is not just the back room boy. Now his is my producer.
You got that, Mike?
Yes. Thank you, Martin. Yes, I've been looking forward to this for a long time now, but yeah, much appreciated. I'll let you know when it arrives.
There we go.
Anyway, have you watched part 1 of Fela Kuti yet, Mike?
I did, and the thing is, it's not really very helpful, but that's not your fault. The thing is, all his albums just seem to be great. Yeah. You know, there's so much there. And I just find it so difficult to choose between them because I had a quick listen of sort of like 2 or 3 of them. And I thought, yeah, these were all great.
Yeah, what I like about his music is when he finally starts singing, you get him to sing and the girls do that response. And it's like they're talking on the song.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got one Fela Kuti album, and I'm looking around now for that box set that Rob showed a few weeks back.
Yeah, it was very hard because they're so good. And if you haven't listened to them yet, guys, go and have a listen to Fela Kuti. It's probably one of the toughest rankings I've ever done, because there's not. Normally you get a couple of tracks that sort of make, okay, that one's better than that, but everything that I listened to, I could not find anything wrong with it. There was nothing I could say, well, yeah, it was one of the most positive rankings I've done so far. Well, I didn't say that was rubbish. Everything's good. Okay, there's one or two little bits, like I said, that went on a little bit. It could have done without that. But that's not as bad as saying I don't like the track. You can say that a lot about a lot of bands, that sometimes they go off on one on an album that you go, well, where's that going? Nowhere.
Yeah, but I mean, as you say, you've only got down to what, number 20?
Yeah,
and you're scoring pretty highly already. So I think you need to turn it up to 11 at least by the time you get to the end.
Yeah. There's Nick saying, "Save your money, Mike, and get the new Madness album instead."
Oh, I get that as well. Was that Nick?
Yeah.
I'll be getting that as well, Nick.
Yeah, I've been listening to some Stranglers live this week for a later ranking, and I was listening to the one done in the pub back in the 77. Can't remember the name of the album now. Something about the Crown and Anchor or something. It's Raw As You Like.
Yeah, not an album. Not an album I know. Yeah.
No, it's one I didn't know. I went through the list and I thought, oh, gold. I've never heard this one, but luckily it's on Spotify, and I had it on yesterday while I was trying to build some furniture from packs. You know how long it takes to read the instructions. So I put a few of the Stranglers live albums on, and it was great. I had at the first one, Live Certificate X, whatever it's called. It's not that one, Nick. I think it's. As me did a paper with it, I can't have it to hand, but it was recorded in a pub in Islington, and I think it's only songs off the first couple of albums, and some of the B-sides and the free stuff they put on them free singles, like they put the free single in No More Heroes. They put that 7-inch single, and it's got a couple of them tracks on. But
he had it right. Live X Certificate.
Yeah, that was the first one. But the one I listened to, I think, was the third release. It wasn't really
live at the Hope and Anchor.
That's it. If you want, it's like it is a pub recording. You could just imagine him in a little part of the pub, and everyone jumping up and down. It's just, So check it. It's on Spotify, Mike. So go and have a listen to it. It is as raw as you like.
Yeah. I'll have a listen. You know, the Hope and Anchor's a venue that I've always wanted to go to, and I've never managed to get there.
No, Oh, good evening, Lisa. She always pops in and says hello before. That's really nice of her. Hope you're well, Lisa. And next time you do a live stream, I will definitely try and come and say hello to you. I popped in and saw George Borden this week. Was it Monday? He was doing a Sunday. I put my computer on when I got up, and he was on. So I went in, and the French vinyl archivist was in there as well. So I said hello to him. So yeah, it was all good. So I like it when people pop in. At least people can just pop in now and say hello. Yeah. So anyway, what do you think of today's battle, Mike? Have you cast your vote yet?
I have. I think it's going to be a walkover. because someone has chosen an album that is nowhere near the best album by that band. That's all I'm going to say.
But it's different. I mean, Dave's just put up the voting in the community. It's 8-19 to Genesis,
But
and in the live, it's 10-9 to 10-9 to Genesis. So
no, it's 10-9 to Clash.
it's Clash.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of them are bad albums.
No, but I think you're right. There is one album that is not the better of what could be available.
Yeah, I mean, I think, as I said today, they could have done that as a double album.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it goes on a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, who's heard of a post-punk band doing dub?
Yeah.
What was all that about?
Well,
experimental.
They really started getting into that, didn't they? You know, that was that was their thing. You know, I just think they probably they wanted to sort of like take the band in a different direction, and that's what they chose.
Yeah, they sort of went back to their old ways though. Next album, didn't they?
Yeah.
But just to say, I think they saw the way the market was going and decided, okay, let's give it a try. Let's follow the band, as it were, and it didn't work for them. So they went back.
I think you're right, Dave. Yeah. Anyway, hello, Nick.
Evening,
hello.
Nick.
Hello. Hope and Anchor. Yeah. That's where a lot of the One Step Beyond video was filmed.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've been past it a few times during the daytime, because my daughter lives up in North London now, sort of not really very far from there. But I'd really like to go there.
Yeah. Me and the daughter at the Dublin Castle last Saturday up in Camden. There was there's a big skinhead sort of meet up there, and that. And my daughter's very much into the scene and that, and I used to be. So yeah, we went down there and had a mooch and that. She was up in the Dublin Castle. I went round the market, then went up to Westminster, then came back and had a pint and got talking to some of the blokes and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Hope and Anchor, that's where a lot of the One Step Beyond video was filmed.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I'd have loved to have been going in that pub in the late 70s. It must have been a great place to watch music.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a question for you.
I think sort of any punk band that's worth listening to has played there.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Ruskin Arms, isn't it? Where Iron Maiden played there.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been in the Ruskin Arms.
Yeah. I think you get that, sort of different, different sort of generations that have their sort of iconic venues, don't they?
Yeah.
The place to be.
I don't think the pub's there now, but back in the late 80s, I used to watch a band called the Killer Bees. And one of the guys in there was Del Brumman from Stray. And we got to know him really well. And then we were playing up in Northampton. Yes, I'll go up, Jimmy. I'm going to come on. I like the idea. Jimmy's doing sort of a live sort of quizzy thing like blankety blank. So come and go and have a look at that. Put up the details, Jimmy. Put a little thing up and we'll put it on screen for you. But I did get the message in here and I have answered, and yes, I'm up for that on Sunday. Be a bit of a giggle. Something a bit different. Yeah. Anyway, going back to this pub. And they said, we're playing this pub. It's quite a legendary pub in Brentford. How do you fancy coming down? And so me and Lee went down, and fantastic pub. It's got about 3 rooms, but they had a TV link. So if you wasn't in the back room where the band was, you could actually go and watch it on the TV. It was great. Yeah, Tab's in his community. Are you going to send links out, Jimmy? Because it's a lot easier to send me a link. I just click it.
Right, while you do that, I will go and
I'll take. Can I take that off, Mr. Producer?
yeah, because I am going to post.
Oh, Dave's posting. Have you posted something on our community then?
No, I've copied it across so people can see Jimmy's community tab.
There we go.
Right.
Bit of free publicity for fun. Good evening, Stevie.
Good evening, Stevie. Are you coming up to the new improved channel?
Yes, no one has to be kicked out. But as Dave's going to be sort of producing.
Well, we have kicked one
two people out. I kicked out one of my moderators. How cool is that? I don't know how that happened. I think it's, you know, when you're looking at one thing and you click on the...
Because you went right click, and you went to ban or block, and somebody said something, oops, and it moved them up, and you hit the wrong person.
Yes. I've done, that's the second stupid thing I've done this week.
Right.
I'm not going to tell them what the first.
I'm losing the plot now. I've got one of them under sink cupboards in my bathroom, and I opened it up the other day to get something out, and it did the classic Laurel and Hardy. You know the skit when they get on a bed and the 4 posts, everything collapses on the thing. That happened to the cupboard, and I thought, oh, I better get a new one. So I went on Amazon. Click, 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 plonk. It came the next day, and 2 turned up.
You're welcome, Jimmy.
I thought, I haven't ordered 2. And he says, well, this is on my ticket. I went, okay, I'll take it for now. Yeah, for some reason, I ordered myself 2.
Oh, well.
I've done some stupid things this week.
What have you been up to this week then, Nick?
Bugger all, really.
Just driving your lorry.
Trying to catch up on listening, unsuccessfully. Nothing. I've had a few records in through the post. Got a few records when I was down at Camden last weekend.
Yeah.
I received one blind buy LP. I'm waiting for another one to turn up. Apart from that, get up, go to work, come home, something to eat, go to bed, get up, go to work.
Yeah. It's vicious cycle, isn't it?
It's a bloody interesting life.
Yeah. Well, we're all like that, aren't we? You know. I mean, I've said before, this is the highlight of my week. It shows how boring I am.
Bugger.
All I can say, I'm enjoying my new computer chair. It is so comfortable.
Yeah.
The other one was giving my back so much jip, so I asked someone about who knows these things. And they told me what sort of chair I need, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
It's got a nice high back. It's leather. It's really comfortable.
For convenience, I've added the link to Jimmy's community page onto our Facebook page.
There we go.
Yeah. If Jim is still listening, what's he on about? I don't check my DMs. I ain't got a clue. Did he mean Doc Martin boots? Christ knows. I don't know.
You're not up on the technical stuff, are you, man?
I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't
No.
know.
Purely out of interest, I'd like to ask Nick and Mike, whenever you joined the room, were you given the option of adding in an extra bit of information?
Can't remember.
The head
You
is
could change your name. Is
Yeah,
that what
you could
mean?
change the name to whatever, but was there a second box underneath that?
Yeah. But it's a sort of box that you would use if you were sort of like, representing a company or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it sort of looks like. It's probably for, but
Well, no, this is where we're having.
Yeah, it's definitely
fun.
two boxes
Iain
in there.
Yeah, Iain is the Thursday live stream, and I'm the keeper of records and master of the mind.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
that's what you put in the second box on.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
people can have fun whenever you come on.
For those of you, I have got a Facebook group. And it's basically for this and Peter. It's more for people that don't use YouTube because there's one or two people that can't get onto YouTube for some reason. They go on to that. So I've just put the link up.
Oh, that's the other new thing with this uprated channel. You can now stream to Facebook apparently.
Yeah, I don't know which group because I've got two. I've got a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Because when I first set up, someone that was helping me then set me a page up, and so I've got two. So I don't know which one it goes to. I must have a look at some stage.
And the simple answer, Jimmy, is approved.
Oh,
I can see you.
is it on? Are we live?
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, it is handy, Jimmy, because we can sort of communicate. It's a good way of keeping in touch with people, especially on Messenger. So if I do any collaborations now, everything will be done through here because I've upgraded. I can do record stuff on here now, so which is a lot better than doing it Zoom because you're only allowed like 30 minutes. So when I'm doing with Richard, we have to keep an eye on the time. So I'm going to try that for our next video to see if it works all right. And I think the quality on here is a lot better than Zoom.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. But then, of course, you've got your new camera and mic, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is technical stuff. Look at this. It's on a little arm as well. It goes up and down.
Well, you've got that one. You've got the round one.
Yeah.
You've got two mics.
Yeah.
And all the way from Japan, and as he's called his vote for Foxtrot.
Ah, konnichiwa.
Hello, British people.
Hello, Michael. Hello.
Hello, British people.
Yes. Anyway, do you want to say why people should vote for you? You're winning at the moment.
I would.
Okay,
I'm
make him
here.
big, producer.
Where is he? There we go. Right. You are
Hello.
on.
5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm coming to you from my wife's closet room with this record, Foxtrot. It is the 4th studio album by Genesis, and I think it's one of the greatest prog records ever. Now, you probably want to know, why do I think this? Well, they went to New York, and they played at Avery Fisher Hall, and they appeared on a black stage with black lights. I'm sorry, a white stage with black lights. And Peter Gabriel was in costume. And the rest of the band were seated in white outfits. It was very exciting. And New York City was met by this song and a man with bat wings and white makeup around his eyes. It was pretty freaky. And he also wore a flowered hat. Now, why did he do this? Well, they put out this strange record called Foxtrot. And it began with a funeral. How am I doing, Ian? Is this the right way to do it?
This is the way. This is what the people want.
This is why you should vote for Foxtrot. Now, the first song on track 1 is called Watcher of the Skies. It was a funeral dirge. It was really strange. And Tony Banks is on Mellotron, and he begins this funeral dirge. And it's a song by a guy talking about aliens, Watcher of the Skies. And it's got this beat. Now, this is why I'm telling you to vote for this record, because there are strange beats throughout the record. In fact, on Supper's Ready, there is a song called Apocalypse in 9/8. Why do they call it 9/8? That's the timing of the song. And that's when Peter Gabriel's out on stage performing the finale of Supper's Ready. Now, I'm meandering about. The way this album is constructed is it's got regular songs on side 1, and it's got a big long song on side 2. And that is Supper's Ready, which is about a dream that Peter had. And it ended up being a song about the apocalypse. Now, these guys were really, really young. They went to art school, and this is their best formed record, Foxtrot. This is the record that they did before selling in England by the pound and before The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. So this was their 4th record, and I'd like you to vote for it. Foxtrot. I'm done now.
Oh, well done, sir.
Well done.
You're the first one to do that. So I expect anyone that comes on here as a regular to do a pitch. You've set the benchmark there, Michael.
Yes.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Thank
Can I
you.
change
It
my
was
vote to
meandering.
Sandinista, please?
Well, okay,
Sorry.
here's the latest.
Someone wants
Are you going to put the latest score up to Michael so we can see how he's doing?
There you go.
Ooh.
You're winning 31-18 overall.
Wow. Wow. Maybe I should do it again.
It was very hard for me today.
No,
Hang
it
on.
wasn't.
Right, first thing I'm going to say, Simon, I am so sorry.
Yeah. I was chatting away in the chat and I was booted out.
I must be the only person to boot out a moderator in the VC. But we got you back, and we're glad we got you back.
Yeah.
Good to be here. How is everyone?
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
Alive and kicking.
Anyway, Michael, I did enjoy you. I was watching your video when you go up the stairs into that record shop again. I just can't believe that I went into my Northampton. They're just little pokey things. I'm in the wrong country. I think I could spend all day in that shop.
You could. 9 floors. It's amazing. And almost every major area of Tokyo has got a dozen record stores. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, back in the day, we had a Tower Records in Piccadilly, outside Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah.
And that was the place to go. I mean, I'm sure Mike knows where I'm talking. And
Yeah.
You know, when I went in there the first time, I was 16. I spent, you know, I got all my birthday money. So I went and just spent it in there, the whole lot. I think I had about 120 quid and I spent the lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I've done something similar, Ian. I mean, because when I was a teenager, I was living down south. I was living down in Sussex. So, every now and then I got to London for the day. So it was Tower Records and Rough Trade as well.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I was getting albums in there that never even come up to Northampton. It was just amazing. And singles and 12 inches that, well, I'm having that. I got on the train. I just got back loads, and I had to buy one of them big holders to put all my records in, and it weighed a ruddy ton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was, you're like a kid in a sweet shop, aren't you? Places like that.
Yeah, and you can soon.
And I mean, back in the days before the internet, it was, occasionally on the radio you pick some stuff up, but then it'll be, the weekly music press, Enemy and Sounds I used to get every week, and I can remember going into my local record shop and asking for stuff, and they just look at you blankly.
Yeah,
but Tower was the place to go, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but to have that, it obviously proves that vinyl is a big thing in Japan more than it is in the UK, and it's annoying as much. I mean, Michael, you're so lucky. You probably can get anything you want in there.
Yeah. I got a weird comment this morning from some guy on my video about the stores in Shinjuku, and he was bitching that the Japanese got everything for the records. They got all the photos and the inserts, and they got to press everything that they wanted. And he was like bitching that was a negative. And I really don't know how to respond to that. I really don't know if it's true or not. It's kind of like the first time I've ever heard it. So I guess it's true. I mean, they got to press everything here, but actually they didn't press everything here. There were a lot of people who went and they special ordered records back in the 60s and the 70s, and that's why there's a lot of US and UK pressings here. So, boy, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. My brain's not working so great. This is really hard, Ian. I want you to know what I do for this live stream. It's
Yeah, I mean, if we was doing an award show, you would get one for the most dedicated panel member in the community. But we don't do them sort of rubbishy things.
Well, seeing as how he's in the wife's closet, he could also be the most dedicated follower of fashion.
Yeah. And do they seek him here and seek him there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
anyway, Mike.
Yes.
I mean, back in the sort of like late 70s, early 80s, particularly during the sort of punk era, you used to get a lot of Japanese imports coming in to the UK. But the trouble is they were always mightily expensive.
Yeah.
And, for a teenager, it was really sort of above my budget. But, there used to be some lovely stuff, coming in.
Yeah,
they were always sought after.
Yeah, I got Maiden Japan, the EP. Mine is a Japanese import. I brought it in 1987, and it cost me 20 quid in 1987.
Ouch.
It was a lot of money, but you couldn't get it anywhere. This is one of the greatest heavy metal bands in Britain, and there was no live stuff with Paul Di'Anno available in this country except on a B side of singles. And that was the only thing I had. And then eventually they brought the whole gig out on a Japanese import CD. Again, I had to pay over the odds to get it because it was not released in this country. It has been now, but at the time, thing, and I found out this other thing about. Hang on, we got someone else coming in, and he's just put something out.
Okay.
Not a fake channel.
Yeah. Yeah, well done, Stevie. You tell him.
If you had an import record, like you were saying, Japanese or whatever, back then, you had something really special.
Yes.
I remember when I got an Australian import of the Cult Wildflower. I've never ever seen anything like that before in my life. And Japanese imports with the obi strip and all that. I know we put a lot of emphasis on the obi strip, but it just makes it so special.
Yeah.
To have something like that would be like owning a bar of gold, back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Steve, welcome, and you are the first person
Hello.
as the extra, the first
Number 7.
You're the first number 7. Yes,
Coming number 7. Your
coming
time's
number
up.
7. Your time is up.
Amazing. You're right.
Ooh.
I wanted to come and catch Michael Ricefields doing his thing for support of Supper's Ready.
Yes.
Because I thought that would be a good laugh.
He'll be plugging it all night.
Yeah.
This is what they use in Korea in the torture chambers.
You keep saying that. You have any proof? You need proof of that.
I read it somewhere. I'm sure I read it somewhere. How is everybody? Everybody okay?
Yes, I'm all right.
Yeah.
This guy, this
Have we?
PB he's always dissing Japanese pressings.
Yeah. With the new studio and setup, have we updated Rocky's rules to say, you're not allowed to sort of, say other channels are 100% fake?
No, I haven't.
We haven't discussed that yet.
No,
right.
As it's the first one of the new one. That's why we've got the wise man himself up in the corner.
I think he should be banned for 3 weeks. Like a football.
Yeah.
Red carded.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was totally out of order, Steve. It really was.
Yeah, I mean, everybody came to my defense. I'm just going over it. Oh, no. Everybody did his thread instead.
Yeah. I know.
Hang on.
What are we like, There's no such thing as loyalty, is there?
No.
My clamp is gone. Hang on.
Oh dear.
We don't want to know about that. That's too much information.
Can we just go back to this thing about slagging off Japanese pressing? I'm in the field of saying I buy Japanese pressings because they're unique. Okay, they may sound a little bit, but I don't care. I still get pleasure in saying I've got a Japanese version of Made in Japan. Okay, the quality is not as good, but I've got a Japan, and I'm proud of that I got it.
Either better.
I was always under the impression that Japanese pressings were supposed to be the mutts nuts. They're supposed to be infinitely better than any other. But obviously, I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know, but I mean, it's more than just sort of being a brilliant pressing, isn't it? That's like you said, Ian. You got that Made in Japan EP that just wasn't available elsewhere.
No.
That was the thing.
Yeah, I did find out something as well. Someone that I knew in the record business. A lot of the Japanese have got. When you get on the Japanese pressing, there's always these bonus tracks. It's because imports were such expensive to get into Japan. When they released an album in in Japan. A lot of bands put the extra tracks on purely for the Japanese market.
Yeah. I was under the impression that it's mostly CDs that have the bonus tracks. I mean, there's only so much real estate on a vinyl record. So to be honest with you, I don't really come across many Japanese pressings with bonus tracks on them here.
Well, I think it's more. I think you're right, Michael. I think it's more in the
CDs.
CD age, but that's why. It's because they get extra because it saves on import for them. So yeah. But most of these days, you can get these tracks anyway all over the world now. So, but I think when it first started with the putting the extras was back in the day. But the way you can get music these days is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, like the Spotify, you get all the bonus. They put everything on now.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, changing the subject slightly. I mean, a lot of American albums in the 60s and 70s had UK singles appended to them. That weren't on the British presses. I think Roxy Music's first album had Virginia Plain on it, which isn't on the UK album. And then there's Procol Harum, isn't there? That Whiter Shade of Pale wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I can probably think of some more, but it was often the case. But and I think it's because the international markets were so sort of split up, weren't they? There wasn't this sort of to-in and fro-in. It was sort of like there's the American market, the Japanese market, the British market. I mean, even just across in Europe, it'll be totally different. But like you say, nowadays you can get anything from anywhere, just about, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask a question about UK releases. A lot of singles come off albums, but now and again we used to get what are called the non-album singles. I mean, over here, there's a classic examples like the Who, the Rolling Stones, the Who. On the Americans, they'd be on an album, but over here, they'd just be a single.
I was under the impression that Patrick PB Thal loves your channel, and he'd love to come up here and talk to us. But yet he's languishing in the gallery here. So perhaps, Iain, you should extend an invitation for that American to come up and join us.
Yes, come up and join us. You can.
Yeah.
Fire up
Come
the
and
link.
join the throng. We're allowed a few more people in here.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll put the link up.
Mm-hmm. And to answer Vinyl Scavenger, that is Rocky. Like I say, Iain lives in Rocky's house and has to abide by Rocky's rules.
I pay the bills. He don't.
Oh no. Rocky has staff. He has someone to do that for him. You're it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. Let's pop this up and have a look. The Japanese bar for this unit came to a recent record fair. I was strolling out, bought 50 albums. He took much of my metal and goth. OG vinyl in excellent condition and paid good money. All right. Fair enough, Richard. Well done.
Yeah. That's how they're doing it.
That's very good.
Yeah. Didn't you mention something like this, Michael? One of the stores you went to, where they had a lot of particularly very expensive jazz, and the owners come over to Europe on a regular basis and pick stuff up.
Yeah, it's very typical. They go to record fairs. I mean, COVID kind of hurt a lot of their businesses, but now that that's over, they're back to doing it. However, it's the dollar and the pound that are more powerful than the yen right now. So I don't know if Japanese stores how they're going about doing this, how they're sourcing records. I mean, this union is a major store here. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's dominant. So I'm thinking that store Hal's might not be making as many trips, even though the restrictions have lifted, because the yen is not so strong as it used to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
That it sounds like somebody's eating a bowl of cornflakes.
It's me rustling bags, I think. Sorry.
Yes.
But, I did hear a story yesterday about an Australian woman who used to live in Tokyo who was doing record store tours for tourists. And she would meet people at a train station who were visiting Japan, and she would take them around to as many Japanese stores as they wanted to go to. And she offered them translation guidances, and she'd offer them dollar conversion on a calculator on the fly, and she would help them buy records, and they'd pay her a small fee to do this. And I guess it's like record tourism. So I can think that now that with more and more travel, I mean, there's so many foreigners in Tokyo, it's unbelievable. And when you go to a record store, there's so many foreigners here buying records. So it's kind of like now's the time to visit.
Sounds like she's found a niche market.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. It sounds
you're not the only one, Mike. I'd be a big kid again. It'd be like going back into Tower Records as a 16-year-old, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd do it a bit more differently now because my taste has sort of varied now. It's a bit more broader than when I was a 16-year-old. Because I'd be going for jazz. First thing I'd go and look for is Fela Kuti and take it from there, and just come out with bundles of records. And then I've got to have to worry of how do I get these on the plane home.
Simple. You take an empty suitcase with you.
I mean, I remember when me and Dave were in Boston, I could have brought that record shop out with all the American albums.
Oh God, yes. I mean, I came away with what, 2 CDs?
Yeah, I come back with 4.
Yeah, but we could quite easily have bought more, except we had an appointment to keep.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, I brought.
That was actually in Cambridge.
Yeah,
just around the corner from Harvard.
Yeah. Yes, I've been to Harvard. I actually brought a mug. I brought a mug in a gift shop there. And there
you go, Richard. Have you done the Reading Record Fair yet? It's the same as the Southampton one.
I've been to Reading Record Fair.
I believe it's Harvard.
Yes, Harvard. Yes, I've been to Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah, there's a picture. I've got pictures of Harvard to prove I've been there. But anyway, I brought the Best of Mountain, a great compilation of a lot of mountain tracks that you can't get over here.
It is a good album. The quad version is really nice too.
Yeah.
Good evening, Patrick. Welcome.
Good evening to all you fine Commonwealth gentlemen and you, Mr. Rice Fields. I don't want to pull a Beaudry here. I'm Mr. Michael Rice Fields, not the P word, Rice Fields. See, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you,
Patrick. Thank you for your respect.
Hey, man,
sorry,
I don't
Patrick.
I don't usually come hang out on camera because I just like to watch you guys because you guys have your own language almost, So I'm just fascinated. English. Yeah, I mean proper English, and so I just enjoy listening to y'all talk about all the bands that I'm not that familiar with. So to me, it's like a learning experience. So I just kind of keep my mouth shut and listen,
Yeah, while you're on here, Patrick, now this is the Patrick, so when I was close to my 1,000 subs, this is the man responsible. He got 50 subs in like that.
Yeah.
So you kept
we owe you, big. Yeah, he might have kept them, but we owe you big thanks for bringing them in. Thank you so much.
You know, I try to watch you guys every 2 weeks, man. At least a little bit of it. You know, I mean, I really do. You know, because I just, like I said, I love hearing y'all talk about bands that I never was familiar with. I may be a little bit more familiar with them now, but you guys had a whole different experience than I did. You know, musically. I mean, completely. And so, you know, that's what I really enjoy about watching you guys is that.
Yeah. I mean that's right, Patrick. I mean, we're sort of divided by the Atlantic, aren't we? And you know, well, whenever I watch American and Canadian channels, there's so much stuff that you know you guys sort of take for granted that everybody knows, and I'm just thinking, who are they? You know, and as you say, you do the same with stuff that we show.
Yeah, I mean, and where I grew up, I grew up in a very rural town in West Texas where the closest record store was 4 hours away. So you'd have to drive 4 hours just to get a record, and there was no radio stations. The radio station, I swear to God, would play World War II fight songs. I mean, that was the radio station. That's what they would play. So you had no outlet for that stuff. You had to go just find stuff and just take a chance, you know. So I never even knew who the Smiths were until I was probably in 1990s. I had maybe early 2000s. I had no idea who they were. Not a clue.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the way for me as well because of my experience on another channel. I discovered bands that I'd never heard of, and there's like the other channel that I learnt a lot, and that's Sea of Tranquility, Pete Pardo.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah. Some of the stuff here, wow, you know, it's just all great stuff. But I mean, Patrick and I do like a lot of stuff. Well,
yeah, we have a lot of like Marillion, and we like metal. We like, you know, you're a big Whitesnake guy. I'm a big Whitesnake guy. Yeah, you know.
Just I brought that this week. The remaster of Season's End.
Yep. How is that?
Very good, very good. The best bit about it, though, is the documentaries. All the documentaries on this series have been brilliant. Apparently, Steve Hogarth was reluctant to join. And it was left to... Ian Mosley was friends with... I can't remember his name, but he was in Curved Air. And he was big friends with Ian Mosley. And he kept phoning him up and saying, get Steve to join, please.
You know, and if I'm being totally honest, I do watch because I want to see Nick's vinyl buddies bum, you know, every week as he, you know, backside. So that's always a highlight for everybody.
Oh dear, there you go, Nick. You're famous.
Same as Michael.
Well, at least your bubbies anyway.
Well, it's Nick's vinyl buddy, so
I know. I mean, you got it right in the name. I mean, come on. I mean, it's your name.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Oh.
Leave them wanting more, Nick.
Yeah. Dear, I don't do it intentionally, you know.
But it just usually inevitably ends up that way.
Yeah.
Where's Rob Walker today?
I don't know.
He's been banned for abuse.
Oh, he was.
See, Patrick, do you recognise any of the albums on there?
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Yeah, they're all pretty good albums, aren't they?
Hold on, what's the one on the top right corner? Hold on, that's not? I can't.
Hang on a sec.
Make yourself big.
There you go. Right. There you go. Right.
Oh, it's Accept. Okay, I got you. Crimson Glory. Yeah. Omen. British Steel. There's Halloween. Fist. Leviticus. Metallica for sure. Crocus. Yeah. Saxon. Is that Running Tigers of Pantang? It's Alex Rudy Pell. Queensryche. What is that? Is that Praying Mantis?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have that made?
Yeah. Yes, I have these made. What I did, I went online and got all the covers, put them on a disc, took them down to my local printing shop, and they printed them off for me.
So I see we have Whitesnake Come and Get It behind you. Where did you think that album falls in the Whitesnake pantheon of albums?
It's top 5 for me. It's just got some of my favourite songs on it, like Child of Babylon. And
do you like it better than more than Ready and Willing?
It's one of them. 1 week I'm full ready and willing, and the next I'll put on come and get and go. Now my white snake, especially them early ones up to slide it in. I can chop and change. I mean,
yeah, I really like Ready and Willing. It's probably one of my favorites. Is Ready and Willing.
Well, it's got Sweet Talker on it, and that's a great track. And of course,
the original Fool for Your
Loving. Yeah, I was so lucky to see Bernie Marsden go up on stage and do that with Whitesnake a few years ago. There's a video of that on that I took from that gig, the whole gig, bits of the gig. We had Black Star Riders, Whitesnake, and Def Leppard all on one bill. Great.
That's a good bill. I just listened to Thunder and Lightning today, as a matter of fact. Been listening.
Yes, what have I listened to? I've listened to the Stranglers today.
Is that the one with the roses on it? Is that the album?
No, I listened to the Duck and Anchor live album. Which is
Hope and Anchor.
Oh, that's it. That's the one.
Duck and Anchor. What are you on about?
I'm thinking of the Dog and Duck.
Dog and
Anchor.
The Red Lion.
So, if I may explain my Japanese pressing comment, is that I think Japanese pressings are beautiful. I mean, absolutely, they're works of art. The vinyl is incredibly quiet, but I think that in general, a lot of times they're mastered a certain way. I don't know if it's because of, a lot of people say it's because of how the walls in Japan and all that stuff. I don't know if that's true, but I do know they have a certain sound to them that is appealing to a lot of people, but it's not appealing to some. And I happen to fall in that category. It's not like I'm saying that, anything y'all did is wrong. It's just a preference that I prefer. It's on a case by case basis, as is everything. In general, I just find that they're not as good sounding, but they're beautiful. I mean, I literally almost bought one. I was with George Borden at a record show, and I'm like going, this thing is so beautiful. I know I have a better copy of it, but it looks like it's a work of art. I almost bought it because it was so enticing to me. And they are. They're literally visual works of art. So.
Yeah, it's like that Maiden Japan I got. When I opened it up, I remember looking and going, wow. I took it out and it's immaculate. And then when you lift it up to the light, I've never seen so neat grooves. And even the bit bit at the end.
They're very
pressing quality. The pressing quality is immaculate. Absolutely, those they know how to cut a record. They know how to make clean vinyl. Everything about it is just technically superior.
Yeah.
So, no doubt about it.
Sleeves. Even the sleeves are thicker, aren't they, than the US and UK?
Yeah.
And they usually have lots of extra inserts that you don't get in other countries too. They actually have some of them will have booklets, and they're in Japanese, a lot of them, but I mean, they still have picture booklets that are really nice and well done. I mean, they really go for the aesthetic as opposed to, just shoving an advertisement sleeve in like Atlantic would do, showing you records on the label, and they give you nothing extra, whereas the Japanese would.
Yeah, I mean, this Made in Japan, it's got some. Just look at it's got a little postcard thing on it, and it's got pictures from the shows in Japan with Paul Di'Anno. I mean, I know before you came on, Patrick, I was saying this is one of the greatest British heavy metal bands, and we couldn't get that in the UK for years.
Couldn't get it in the US either. I remember buying the Maiden Japan freaking EP, the mini LP, at my record store in the import section, because we couldn't get them either. We didn't see it. So
it's a shame because, I mean, Paul's not in good health now.
No.
But apparently he was on, he's been doing gigs up in Scotland. And, Stephen Reed, that goes on the UK Connection with Pete Pardo, he went to see them and he put some pictures up. And I just put, it's great to see Paul on stage. And he replied to me, he sounds good as ever, And I said, well, you got to say fair play to the guy for getting up there, even in a wheelchair, and doing the singing. And apparently, I do know this, that he met Steve Harris after years, and Iron Maiden have just taken care of his.
Yeah, I read that they're actually footing the bill for him. I mean, he's my favorite. That's my favorite era of Iron Maiden, of those two albums. I mean, I'm an unabashed Paul Di'Anno Maiden guy. I mean, I like the Bruce stuff, but push comes to shove, the first two albums are it for me.
There we go. So it's a bit different. So Nick looks bemused by Iron Maiden. I'm
I
surprised
don't mind. I don't mind a bit of Iron Maiden,
especially that early stuff, because it was punky, wasn't it? The earlier stuff.
Yeah.
They released an album a few years ago. I think it was called "The Best of the Beast" or something like that. And I've got live After Death on CD. The only Maiden vinyl I've got is Wasted Years on 7-inch single. And that is my favourite Iron Maiden song. I absolutely love that, Wasted Years, and the video as well.
So interesting enough, talking about this is Women in Uniform. This was actually a B-side on a Maiden 12-inch single, but this is the actual band that first did it, called the Skyhooks.
Yeah,
and they're from Australia. It's an original Australian 12-inch, but yeah. Speaking of Maiden, and here's here's a guy. Someone told me that this is basically the Police with this guy. It is the Police with this guy's singing.
Yeah, but hard Schoner.
That's what I've been listening to this week.
Interesting.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, going back to Maiden. I mean, everyone's seen the video of on the Power Slave at Long Beach. Now, I saw them on that tour at basically a cinema. The Birmingham Odeon in Birmingham. If it holds 5,000 people, that's it. And they still crammed all that stuff onto the stage.
That was a big set during Power Slave. They had like the Egyptian stuff on it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my favourite set was the Caught Somewhere in Time.
Is that the last tour before the pandemic?
No, the back in the Somewhere in Time tour.
Somewhere in Time. Okay.
Yeah,
they just did a tour before the pandemic called Back Somewhere in Time.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
Yeah, but when it came out, when the album come out, because Steve Harris is a big fan of Blade Runner, so it was brilliant. Apparently, as well, that Ron Small, they wanted to film that, but Ron Smallwood didn't want it to be filmed. They'd just done Live After Death.
I did see Diano era Iron Maiden when they opened for Judas Priest.
Jesus Christ, Stevie, would you mute your microphone already?
Oh, sorry.
Sounds like you're letting rip there.
So I saw.
I've got the paper bag next to the microphone. Sorry.
Yeah,
but you are 100% real.
With your bottom.
At least we know it's real, not a sound effect.
Yeah, and he's not fake.
Yeah.
So it was Humble Pie, Iron Maiden, and Judas Priest. Humble Pie kind of was an outlier, but it was interesting, and so that was the first time I saw Iron Maiden was on that tour. They were supporting Judas Priest.
Yeah, talking to Judas Priest, have you heard the new single yet?
No, people say it's pretty good though. I've heard a bit of it. I've heard that and the KK Priest single too. So.
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
I don't think anybody's done a really detailed video about Humble Pie in the vinyl community in quite a while. In fact, I don't think anybody has. Nobody's dedicated a show or talked about them. They don't get a lot of talk.
Oh,
I play Humble Pie a lot. I mean,
me too.
I like them. I mean, especially from the third album, the self-titled with the white cover. I love that one, and I love Smokin'. Those are probably my two favorites. But I mean, I listen to those, and also freaking Rock On. You know, I mean, those three albums to me are perfect. I mean, absolutely.
Is that as in Stevie Marriott?
Yeah, Steve Marriott, Peter Frampton, Greg Ridley.
Wasn't Andy Bown in Humble Pie for a little while, or did some session work with them? Andy Bown from Status Quo, the keyboard player.
Well, I mean, they replaced Frampton with Zal Clemenson from a sensational Alex Harvey band. I think took over.
He was a weird chap. He was.
No, Clem Clemson. That's Clem Clemson.
Yeah.
Not also. I got it mixed up, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing on Monday another band that doesn't get much mention, Spooky Tooth.
Yeah, Mick
You're a
Jones.
great
First.
man.
Yeah. People forget that that's where Mick Jones.
Foreigner. And people forget that Foreigner's keyboard player was in King Crimson.
They do.
But
The
you know,
original
Spooky
King
Tooth,
Crimson.
Spooky Tooth was one of those bands that just had so many lineup changes with every new record, kind of like Savoy Brown. You know, I mean, I believe it was Mike Harrison who was the stalwart member. So they went through so many member changes that each one of their subsequent releases were so different from one another. What was that record that
Was
they
Gary
did?
Wright in Spooky Tooth?
Yes, he
Was
was.
that?
Gary, he sadly died.
Yeah.
A little while ago.
Look, here's Rob Walker. There we go. What's Rob Walker without a poop emoji? There we go. I'm sorry I brought down the stream, Rob Walker. I apologize for my Americanness.
Hey.
He's such a bright light in our lives, Rob Walker. Always bringing sunshine into our lives. I love him.
Mr. Positivity.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah,
Sunshine.
he's always there to raise the spirits, isn't he?
Yes.
He brings camaraderie and spirit, and love among the vinyl community.
That's it.
He
What a mate,
has
isn't it?
he has an open
What a
palette
mate
of musical
personified.
taste too. He likes all music.
Yes. Oh yes. Never shakes his head. No. Always shakes his head. Yeah.
Always
Can't do a
loves
short to
everybody.
save his life.
Oh dear.
He also roots for the best football team.
Yes.
So, Stevie, were you going to show us something?
What gave you that impression?
The noise.
All that weird.
I want to
noise.
see. I've got a grail for Patrick.
Okay.
Well, a couple of things that will be very.
Say when.
Sorry about the rustling. Very. This was a record fair. Okay. Would you believe I never had? I haven't got a copy of this.
That's a.
It's the
but it's the 2-in-1 because I didn't have a copy of it. I had a copy of them, but I gave them away ages ago.
Is that on Polydor or track?
I think this is the track double, 2 for 1. Those
are great.
Yeah, so I got that because I hadn't got it and I got to fill in the gap. Is this any good? It's a I know it's a comp. Maybe Richard will
Flyback, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Does that have what songs are on it? Is it just a compilation, or is it? Sometimes they'll actually because sometimes
I think it's a comp,
the
isn't
actual
it?
album.
Yeah, that's not a studio. It's a comp, I think.
Yeah, it was only a $5, a cheap comp, but
for $5, that's a great deal. So yeah, I would say yes.
So got that, but this is a grail. I'll test Patrick, see if he can guess what this is. Hang on, sorry about the rustling.
Oh no, a test.
Okay, this is the back of it.
I'd say it's Tesco's plastic.
Iron filings.
I have no idea what that is.
No.
Oh wait, is it the Cocktail Twins? No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I had this way back and absolutely loved it. It's 12-inch. This is a very expensive 12-inch, I should say. And I actually had it on the floor and actually stumbled back and stepped on it, and so I've been looking for this for ages. So it was absolutely phenomenally expensive for a 12-inch. 15 quid.
15 quid. Good.
15 quid. This is as rare as hen's teeth. John Peel. Okay, I remember John Peel saying about this. This was actually a revolutionary track. This was early Cocteau Twins. Said when he put this on, he cried. Akai Gini. So this is very,
all
very,
their
very
albums
early.
kind of have that look to them. All of them have that look to them, don't they?
Yeah, but that is a track that made Akai Gini made John Peel cry.
So what does quid mean anyway?
It's a pound. Pound.
I know it's a pound, but why is it quid, not just pound? It's not like you're shortening the word any.
I don't know.
No idea. It just is, Patrick.
Okay, it never made sense to me. I'm like going, why is this like? So, yeah.
Got something else as well.
There you go. And before you do,
I'm going to ignore Rob Walker. I can see he said something.
It's so interesting
wrapped
Said it
in
was yours.
jealousy. I'm not even looking at my subs or anything today.
It's so interesting that I would kill to like go to like a UK record show or a car boot sale, and I know people that live over there that would kill to like come over here and do the same thing. So it's kind of interesting how
Patrick,
everybody.
have you I mean, I've seen your channel, Patrick, a couple of times. I've listened to a few of your spins when you've been doing them. Have you ever looked at my channel, Patrick?
I have. I think I'm subscribed actually.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, likewise. But if you go on, those records came from the record fair. It's like a touring record fair that tours around Wales and the southwest.
Yes, I am subscribed. Yes. If
you go on like the videos, like click on popular, I think it's either the third or the second most popular video. It's got record fair, and that was from the same record fair. Again, I'm just going to do another video of like that record fair update. So if you want to have a rummage again, you're quite welcome.
I'm looking. So is that the one that says record fair and vinyl prices in the UK? Is that the one?
Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah.
It's got
I'll put it on in 2 or 3 days' time, and you can have a look like an update rummage. I
find it fascinating. Yeah. I mean, I've been to. I got to record hunt one day in London, and so I went zipping all along the tube to all these different record stores in London and did a Piccadilly Circus, I guess, where they have like the vendors, people like lined up on the side of the street to sell stuff. Is that where it is? Piccadilly? Is that it? Or Portobello? Yeah. No, it's Portobello. Portobello Road. That was it. It was Portobello. That's where people like have their little booths. That you can walk down the street and buy shit. Some of them sell records. So I mean, I loved it. I just had one day. I could do a month there. So
I have a question for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, I've got a couple of other videos in the can, and it's like vinyl records by the seaside in Devon. Right, so I went to Lyme Regis, right, and there's like a bric-a-brac market, and it had an awful kind of overpriced, crappy vinyl section. Is that worth a video? If I throw in like fish and chips, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. I'll go for it.
But the second one, I went a couple of days ago. We went to Tynemouth, okay, because somebody said to me, "This is the best record shop in Devon." For Patrick's sake, I live in Devon, which is in the southwest UK.
By the cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, it's between Cornwall and Dorset, and they said this is the best record shop in Devon. It's in Tynemouth, SPS Records. So here, you've got to struggle to find a decent record shop because it's very rural. So it's very hit and miss, or it's overpriced. So I went to this record shop. There was traffic congestion. It's one of these kind of like South Coast towns where there's only one road in, and then there's road works, and then you arrive late. So you only have like 40 minutes rummage time. So I bought a couple of things. So let me know if this is overpriced. Okay, so make me big again.
3, 2, 1. Okay, up you go.
Where's the new technology? So I got this. So I got everything for the girl. Was it not money? £8. Any good? Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I spent £8 on that. I'd spend more.
You might. I didn't have a lot of time. There was quite overpriced stuff, but there was a bit of rummaging in bins. I thought I'd treat myself. Pete Townsend uniforms.
I've never seen that.
That was £3.
I've never seen that either.
I've never seen it.
That's cheap.
That's off Chinese. You mean cheap? £3?
I've got it on picture disc.
Yeah. Okay.
I would have bought that for sure.
Okay. Very nice condition. Roger Daltrey, Under a Raging Moon. That was £3 as well. And I know it's EP, and it's got Behind Blue Eyes, 550, Won't Get Fooled Again. So that's why I bought that. £3.
Are those live versions? Yeah. Did he remake those? Or those?
I haven't played it, to be honest, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if that's live, because Pete Townsend will do like live Who stuff on his 12 inches and 45. So I wonder if Roger Daltrey did.
So I didn't buy much, and then £2 I got Theatre of Hate, Westworld.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Any good? As an 80s
for £2. For £2,
is that a single, David?
It's the LP, isn't it? Westworld is the it's the LP.
It's the cassette LP.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I saw it there in the
That's
cassette.
the,
So it's all £2.
That's the chap from Spear of Destiny, isn't it?
Spear of Destiny, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Theatre of Hate. So I'm not particularly a fan of Theatre of Hate, but I thought I'd get it because £2. I thought it was quite.
That's quite reasonable.
You know,
But
you
it
made
had
the
loads
effort
of,
to
like,
you made
Led
the effort to
Zeppelin.
go there. You might as well end up with something.
Yeah. I mean, I had loads of Led Zeppelin too, like £20, £35, £30. You had about 10 copies of that. So anyway, that's it. But my big grail was got to be that. That's a favourite track of mine.
Who's
a
the
great
girl?
point.
Is it Elizabeth Fraser? Is that the girl? Who's
Elizabeth Fraser, yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
And then is it like Annette Peacock? Is that her name? Is that in that as well, or is that somebody else?
That's somebody else, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's me done. Thank you.
Did I see Mike having a rummage in some records?
Yes, I was, because second Saturday of the month is Leeds Record Fair. And Simon's mentioned to me a couple of times that I don't show anything that anybody recognises on my channel. So just to prove to you that I do buy this stuff, and these were all 4 for a tenner. And they're pretty standard stuff.
There you go, 10cc.
There you go. Oh, 10cc.
Bloody Taurus. What a good album that is.
Bloody Taurus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best album.
No.
But it's got Dreadlock Holiday on it, hasn't it? So these are all £2.50. And then this is a great live album.
Yes, that's a great live album.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And I think that live version of Delilah is better than the studio version.
But is it better than Cardiff Arms Park?
I don't know. That's for you to decide.
That's that's what they sing at Stoke City, isn't it? Delilah. That's their song, Stoke City.
Is that?
Yeah. Goodness knows why. That's their tune, Delilah.
Yeah. All right. And then I got this, and this is a Costello album, Goodbye Cruel World.
I love that picture.
Yeah,
never see that one over here.
Nice cover. It's got a bit on this side. It's a bit sort of like manky. I think someone's torn a sticker off of it.
Yep.
But this was an album that I didn't have, and so I was pleased to get that.
Why not?
And I never see that one here either. Ever.
No. I mean, to be fair, don't see it very often at record fairs that's in the UK either. Then there's
that's a good record.
Marion Faithful, looking absolutely lovely.
Never see any of her stuff here ever.
Dangerous Acquaintances. This is from the early 80s.
Yeah.
I think it's 81, 82. That's
sort of a comeback sort of album.
It was, yeah. I think it's 1982, but
some good tracks on that.
can't really see what it says on the back. So yeah. And then one that I think Richard would like.
Oh, I've got that.
Yeah,
I've
got that.
Yeah,
That's a great live album.
That I see occasionally.
Yeah. So this was a live album, and it was a live show recorded especially for a television program, I think, or some sort of documentary.
Was that 250?
Yeah.
250 or £3?
I did a Toya video well over a year ago now with all my Toya collection in it.
Yeah. Then there's a band, 5 great guys and Bob Geldof.
Yeah.
Another band I don't see here except for the one album that has I Don't Like Mondays. That's the only album I ever see there.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Banana Republic on?
Sorry?
Is that the one that's got Banana Republic on, or what?
No, I don't think
Banana
it's on.
Republic you're thinking of.
That's later, isn't it? This is quite an early one. It's Like Clockwork. What else? She's So Modern.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah. Those are the singles, and then a sort of guilty pleasure here
Oh,
Yeah.
good God.
Betty Boo,
I've
Boo
lost,
Mania.
I've lost all respect for you now.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Well, I don't believe that you've never danced to Doing the Do.
Well, and a few sherbets.
It was there. It was there. And in my defence, I needed to make up the numbers because it was 4 for a tenner. And I
Still
saw
should
it
have
and I
been
thought,
there.
I've got to have this.
Yeah,
And I really enjoyed listening to it.
They
Yeah.
had nothing else at that cellar besides that to make the 4 for the 10. Really?
Yeah.
Nothing else besides that.
Yeah. And then the one that was a bit more expensive. And I mean, whenever I go to Record Fair, I'm always looking out for Peel Sessions EPs. And I know that Nick's always looking out for Damned albums. So there you go, Nick.
oh, yes.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, get in.
So that was
How much was
they're
that?
they're pretty pricey nowadays. Though,
Yeah.
What did that go for?
But
yeah, it's the cachet of John Peel.
How much?
in May 97. So it's got Sick of Being Sick, Stretcher Case, Fan Club, and Feel the Pain. And it's absolutely brilliant. But you know,
How
whenever I
much
see
was
it,
it,
feels,
Mike?
How much was it?
it cost me 15 quid, which I think wasn't too
That's not
bad,
bad.
really.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's like
For,
25
for a
bucks
Peel
I mean,
session
I've
albums, that's
seen-
good.
for a
I've
damned
seen
album.
some of these a lot more, and it's it's one of the early ones as well. You know,
That equals
so,
a cocktail
there you
treat.
go. So that's what I've got to show anyway. Anyway, thanks.
Yeah,
That's good.
welcome. That's a good one to finish on. It's an excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got one more thing.
Oh, dear.
That's the
He's
last
just
word.
Columbo, isn't he? Just
No,
one
the guy actually did me a deal. He did me a reduced price, and then he threw this in because it was so dirty. So, but it was an original, so I said yes, I'll have that, please. So it was just a 12-inch in the name and look. Absolutely
I've got-
filthy, but it will clean up all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the 7-inch of that.
Bring back
I
Betty Boo.
Can I just say well done to Mike for not saying the word shoegaze.
Oh dear. Last week we had Wiggy Giggy, and this week we've got Betty
yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, which is
Yeah. Wiggy Giggy, yeah, the lovely eggs, yeah.
I listened to
Actually,
that actually.
Yeah, have you listened to much of their stuff? I think they're great. I'm gonna keep showing them until somebody else shows them on their channel.
Well, I was waiting to surprise you one time. I've actually brought 2 Lovely Eggs albums.
Oh, brilliant. Don't tell me which ones, but they're all brilliant.
Well, one of them's turned up. The other one should be here tomorrow or over the weekend. But yeah, I've listened to the odd track or two on YouTube of various tunes by them, and yeah, Wiggy Giggy.
It's a great title, isn't it? But
They're not a bad
if you ever
band,
get a chance
actually.
to see them live, if you get a chance to see them live, they're brilliant. You know,
Yeah.
just the 2 of them.
So Stevie,
Yeah.
I noticed on your channel you did a Who's Next thing. Did you get the new version of the Who's Next?
Not quite. No, Patrick. I take it you haven't watched it.
No, I was just looking at this. It's the featured one on my feed.
It's kind of my response to all the other unboxings, and I can't afford the big one, so I kind of put my own together.
Okay.
So
I got the 3 album one, the one with the remaster, and then the 2 live ones. That's the one I got. So
right,
I was
yeah.
curious what I was going to ask you what you thought of the Who's Next version that they put in that box. So.
Well, I haven't listened to it, to be fair, so I can't really comment. I liked Fremer's sort of deep dive on the ones he had. I thought that was quite informative. I mean, it's quite nice, but I tell you the thing that really interests me, because I've always had an interest in the Lifehouse kind of story, because I listened to the radio play, and I got the radio play. You'll see that in my video, and just how kind of incredibly ahead of his time he was, sort of coming up with that 1970, 71. But
the whole synthesizer thing and all that shit. So.
Yeah, he oversaw the kind of the illustrated the sort of booklet of the Lifehouse story, which is like an interpretation of it. So it's another interpretation. So that's the thing I'd like to get, and that's going to be available 35 quid, I think, in December. So I'm going to get that book. I'm not really a CD man, so I wouldn't get the whole thing anyway. And I've got most of the stuff for the sort of the Young Vic on CD. But I quite like the demo acetates, although they're in the Lifehouse Chronicles. So the big one was the San Francisco 3LP, because that's the first time that's live. That's very popular. So I wouldn't mind either that or the acetates of the demos things, you know. But yeah, I haven't got a lot of money, Patrick, you see, so I have to sort of economize. That's why
I have so many copies of Who's Next. I was interesting because they used a plangent process on that. So I was curious how it was going to sound, and it sounds good. I have it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's something to aspire to. I mean, I've still got my original, although it's got a scratch on it. It's got the 74 reissue, which is the Bilbo one, which is like really nice, lovely, dynamic. That's sort of been the best copy that's seen me through. But I'm looking for another one of those really as a priority.
It's one of those albums that I pick up whenever I see one in good shape. So I mean, it's one of those.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Yeah, I feel the same way with Quadrophenia. So I've got a couple of copies of that. So
a couple.
Yeah. Well, one or two. Actually, Stevie, I'm still looking for the copy of Lifehouse that you showed, and I can't find it anywhere. And I want some of those magic mushrooms as well.
Would you know what? I mean, I think it's really, I really quite enjoy like watching the unboxings videos. So I've watched all of the unboxing videos of the Who's Next Lifehouse, but I just thought the thing that's missing, because Townsend spent 2 years overseeing that illustrated sort of comic novel. People didn't mention it. So here it is, let's have a flick through, but they didn't mention sort of what's behind it or what gave him the inspiration or the ideas. And of course, his alignment to Avatar Meher Baba was very, very significant on him, and you wouldn't have the Lifehouse. You know, it's almost like Who's Next was just a side thing thrown together. So so nobody kind of really went into that or mentioned where it was coming from. So that's why I did my video, as kind of like a response to that. But I did enjoy sort of all the unboxings, although it's nice to see people getting stuff, but people don't necessarily, I think, talk about what's behind it.
I mean, I must say, the book looks absolutely lovely, but the price of the deluxe CD. I mean, I saw the first one I saw, I think must have been Mike, PC31, and I mean he's the king of the box sets, I think. And but
I knew
it looked absolutely lovely, but it could I really justify spending that much?
Well, like Patrick says, I'd rather have the sort of 3 and 4 LP sets. Those two. I don't need the CDs, and I'd really like the illustrated sort of story, and that would do me. Because most of it's available. That's why I showed the Who's Next Deluxe, because you've got the Young Vic on that as well. And just a bit tongue in cheek. That's why I rushed out. Actually, Berwickshire Mike, he did a short saying, if you look at the Uncut magazine, you can actually get a free CD. So that was a genuine unboxing, where I was like pulling the CD away from the magazine. That was my genuine unboxing.
Yeah. I don't need 5 albums of outtakes and demos.
Yeah. The most satisfying thing about getting a CD on the front of a magazine is that clear sort of glue that you can sort of you can roll it up into the ball, can't you? And I get a lot of pleasure out of just sort of feeling it off the front cover of a magazine.
Well, if you buy the later,
maybe I'm a pervert. I don't know.
My thing was the bubble wrap. And I've had quite a lot of bubble wrap come this week. So
you don't have as much bubble wrap as I do. I have more bubble wrap than you've ever seen.
Oh God. Yeah.
Anyway, just Michael saw the overall voting at the moment: Clash 22, Genesis 35.
Oh, Stewart's Inquiry.
Yeah.
Stewart's inquiry. Here he comes. You're winning by you're winning in one in the community, but you're losing in the live stream. But overall, it's 22-35 to you, Michael. So.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I'm glad I woke up so early to come and pitch this.
And this is only on day one, so
like you were saying, it's a difficult one because it's like one really good band and it's not their best album, and then the other band, it's not by far their not worst album. You know? You know what I mean? It's a difficult one.
Answer to pulsars. We can go on until you told me this is getting boring. Now I'm going. It's lovely. This is. I haven't got to keep looking at that clock.
If Michael's going to show something, he should be rustling right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to show something. So I went to a record store last week and I picked this up. This is Dyke and the Blazers, right? And this is kind of a James Brown act, a James Brown wannabe act.
That's spit coming out of his mouth
from the 60s. And
is he frothing at the mouth? Is he frothing at the mouth, Michael?
He's not frothing at the mouth. He's singing to a microphone there. Yeah.
Okay. So
it looks like he's doing something else to the microphone, not singing into it.
Yeah, he's got some fiddle. I think you would. That's the technical term for it. And this is on Kent. This is on Kent Records, and it's a repress, and it's in mono, and that's the label. And I picked this up for 500 yen, which is the equivalent of $3.33. Now, the record store owner is also a publisher of music, and what he's doing is he's taking Japanese people and he's bringing them into the studio and he's doing recordings with them. They're doing covers, and here this woman is doing Video Killed the Radio Star, and I just always what I always wanted. And it's actually, you're kind of wondering, is it any good, Michael? Is it any good? No, It's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. And
but you bought it anyway.
I know, he gave it to me. He can't sell them. He's selling them. He wants to get 1,800 yen for them, and they're absolutely horrible. And then he's got this thing. This is.
I got it for you too.
These are old Japanese guys doing soul covers. So he's doing Pouring Water on a Drowning Man.
Oh, good Lord.
See that? Absolutely dreadful. And here they are performing in a club. And it's a CD actually. Whereas
you do a needle drop of those.
But look at the packaging. It's really, really kind of nice.
Way better than the record, apparently.
Yeah.
It says something when the packaging's better than the record.
It is. It's a good example. Here's the guy. He's singing.
He looks like the guy that sings Gangnam Style. What's his name? He looks like.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yes. And
he looks constipated to me.
Gabriel is looking old.
Did he go down to a karaoke bar?
Huh?
Bobby Womack.
Did he go down to a karaoke bar to record these people?
He brings them into a studio. He's got a studio to record them. And
it would have been cheaper going down to a karaoke bar.
Is this the best we could do for Foxtrot?
What do you think?
I like this. Most people show good records. Michael's all about showing crappy records. I like that.
Yep.
This one's not a crappy record. This is not a crappy record. I like Foxtrot.
Was that free, the Foxtrot?
Look at that Japanese pressing, no obi. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes. Impressive. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
There was only one good band come out of Japan, and that was a band called they were called Bow Wow. And then they became Bow Wow in the 80s.
I have a Bow Wow album here somewhere.
You can make me smaller now. I'm actually done, Ian. Thank you very much.
No. Thanks, the producer.
Flower Traveling Band was actually another one that was.
Yeah, I've seen
a lot of money here, Patrick.
Yeah, I've seen Val Wow
Try to see if I can
twice.
find that Val Wow album.
Say when you're ready, Patrick.
Oh, I will.
I saw them when Neil Murray was in the band. Now, Neil Murray is a really tall guy.
Was Neil
So
Murray in
you
the
got all
band?
these little Japanese rock stars that are about 5'3", and you got Neil Murray at 6'2".
Neil Murray's in every band.
he stood at the back, but you could see him.
Man, where's that
Bit
Val
like, bit like Mick Fleetwood and Samantha Fox.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks.
She's only a dot, isn't she, Stevie Nicks?
Yeah. She barely makes 5'3".
Telling you, I know I have a Val Wow album tip somewhere.
Which one you got, Patrick?
Oh God, I can't remember. That's why I'm trying to find it. I'm like going, I have it. I just went through it the other day. I was just going through stuff.
I've got their Cyclone, a Japanese pressing of Cyclone.
Bad Cats, Montrose, Rolling Stone. Oh, here it is. I found it. There it is. Right here. This one.
Okay.
Oh God, that's a good album. I've got them all.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is called Shockwave. Yeah. Shockwaves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Neil Murray's in this, but
No, he came in on the V album, Neil Murray.
he's in every band. He's a traveling guy.
Yeah, I've met him. He's a really nice guy.
Right.
He was in a band with he was in Mark Stanway from Magnum's Kingdom of Madness, which is all made up of Magnum.
Wasn't he on the Phenomena albums with Glenn Hughes and Mel Galley?
Yeah,
and,
he was on that.
Yeah.
And
we're the only two people here that know what the Phenomena albums are. I'm pretty sure. So you and I already know.
But Neil Murray, really nice guy.
Thank you, Wyoming, Dave.
All right, guys, I need
Yes.
to get back to work, but I enjoyed being up here with you fellas for a change, and I do enjoy listening to you guys as often as I can. You guys are a lot of fun for me to watch, and I learn something every time. Sometimes I learn stuff I don't want to know, but it's okay.
That's what we aim for. Teach you something you don't want to know.
You know, so you know, and I'm glad that I could keep Rob Walker off the panel for today. That my job is done. So
Yes.
Well done, Patrick.
thank you guys.
We
I'm gonna drop
appreciate
down.
that, Patrick.
I'll watch that. I'll look
Pleasure
for
having you
that
here,
record
Patrick.
fair video there, Stevie. So thank you.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll do an at and shout out. So nice talking to you, Patrick.
yeah, it's lovely to have Patrick up.
Good evening, Christopher.
Good evening, Christopher. Welcome to the now extended Thursday live stream.
Yeah, I mean we're
What's the time anyway?
we're nearly 20 minutes. Yeah.
I'm
We're 20
not
minutes
going
past.
to run forever, but
Ian, are you going to do a 5-hour live stream like George Borden? Because I don't have my colostomy bag connected to me.
None of us have.
I popped into George's for about 3/4 of an hour. I didn't go up on screen because I wasn't in no fit state to go on screen. But when I went and watched the rest, I went to watch it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't do that. I mean, I got to get up in the morning and do my recording of Sticks Live and Alexis Corner. I'm starting a story on Alexis Corner, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Do you remember when Alexis Corner used to do the Blues and Soul show on Radio 1?
Yes.
Back in the 80s.
That's
I think it was like Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday night, I think.
Sunday night. That's how I really got into the blues. You know, when you stumble back in the day when you used to put the radio on when you went to bed as a little in your earpiece.
Oh yeah.
I stumbled upon this. And he was playing. All I could hear was I heard this great guitar. And then when it finished, and Alexis, I mean, I love Alexis' voice. He's just got one of them gravelly voices.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I listened to it every week. And if it weren't for me listening to that, I wouldn't love the blues as much as I do now. Because he didn't just do modern blues. That's where I learnt about your Robert Johnsons and your B.B. Kings. And he was just thinking, and I think he's a phenomenal and very underrated guitar player.
Michael, you love the blues, don't you? Really?
I do love the blues, Stevie. Thank you for asking.
I've been looking. You've been doing like bluesy kind of shorts. I noticed on your. Didn't you say you were going to put a short on that was like blues? What was that? What was the guy? The drummer?
Buddy Miles.
Buddy Miles. And you said you had a brand new video and it kind of reflected your personality.
I did.
Can't see it yet.
I released it just a few hours ago. It's beautiful women, hands, people.
It's not showing on. It's not showing online.
Oh, those were the days, Pans people.
Oh, don't get me started.
YouTube limited me for 18 years and over, so it's got some parental guidance on it. So I got a bit throttled by the YouTube people.
It's not showing here, so
maybe it'll take a little while longer. I'll check. But it's Pan's people. Please look for it from me.
Well, yeah.
Ricefield Records in Japan.
I shall bid you, good gentlemen, good night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick. Take care.
Yeah, speak to next week, Dave.
Oh, there he is.
No. The road.
Here's trouble.
Rob Walker. Oh no! Oh, Rob, you know that I had to provide support to Stevie all this week because of
I've been in counselling.
Yeah, he was inconsolable. What
distraught? Somebody who I admired and respected destroyed my channel. It was like
he soldiered on, and he just added subs all week, just sub after sub after sub. How many subs do you have, Stevie?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do.
A couple of hundred.
You see, when something like that happens, I mean, like when my dramatic exit of a certain channel, I thought I was doomed. No, I picked up 60 subs. Just for having a bit of a shout.
How are you, Rob? You all right?
I think we've already seen that the amount of subs that a channel's got has got no relevance to the quality of the channel. I mean, we've just had Patrick on. He's evidence of that.
Yeah.
Well,
he's a nice fella. He's a nice fella, Patrick.
He is, yeah.
Yeah,
he's very affable, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in for a shock, isn't he, when he watches that Who's Next video?
He really is. He's expecting quality.
I tried to break it to him slowly. There's quality there. There's quality. Come on. Who else has got the radio play tapes? Nobody. Come on.
You've got a great channel.
Oh, here we go. There's no critique section scheduled for today.
Anyway.
You know, Rob, let's see some humility, shall we? I mean, you put out the video of the great illustrations. What did we all do? We all made videos for your channel.
You know why that is?
Yeah.
Why did people make a video?
We're waiting for the answer, Rob.
Something to do.
Because it was a great idea for a video.
It was a very good idea.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
If I mean, Michael, why don't we spell Christmas?
What's that, Rob? Why do we spell Christmas?
Yeah. So someone will be doing a video in a few weeks, spell Christmas. So
yeah.
And then it'll be spell winter and spell.
I hope it won't be you.
Spell fake channel.
Yeah, I've got one, and I'm going to do a response to the illustrations, but I've been busy doing other stuff, so it might come out over the weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to show albums. I'm going to put my pictures up and talk about the art.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to ask Iain, because I saw your sort of sort of alert video for this live stream. Was it 3 days ago or something? And you've got all the new kit. Can you just give us a rundown of what, where's all the new kit come from? Have you had a windfall, or have you been shoplifting?
I just had some back pay money from the DWP.
Oh, that must be very satisfying.
It is that the taxman's paid for this. There's so much just satisfied.
So what, you got a new microphone, new backdrop, what else? Massage, what else?
A new chair. That's about it. And
new chair.
I've already got these backs. The posters were ready. This should have all happened in January, but my old one, it just collapsed on me.
We did notice.
Yeah, he went past it, and I thought, well, I've got to get. So I was waiting for the money to come through. When it come through, first thing ordered, and yeah, it's all looking good. And all the other thumbnails and that will be up on January the 1st. So
good.
Yeah, I mean, my microphone's pretty cool. Look, it's on a proper microphone. Yeah. It's on a retractable. I feel like a DJ, proper DJ, spinning me discs.
Nobody's more excited to hear about this than Rob Walker.
It's woeful, isn't it? Listening to him talking about it.
This is the person, and this is the person that says my thumbnails were drab.
Yeah.
You do something about it, and he still complains.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, I got an idea for a video for you, Rob. Rob's 10 favorite things about the vinyl community.
Yeah, but that's like a predictable video to do, isn't it? So you leave that to predictable people. So why don't you do it?
Rob, what are your 10 favorite things?
I don't know about it being predictable, Rob, but I think it'd just be a challenge for you. Yeah, even 5, I think, will be a challenge for you.
What's the real funny thing about the vinyl community is these people who say they can't come up with any ideas for any videos. Anyone should have a minimum of about 50 ideas for videos. I'm not talking about vinyl hauls and doing my top 10 from the year 2050. I'm talking about, coming up with some original content.
Thank you very much for that compliment, Rob. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why I like Stevie, because however banal it is original.
Originality.
There's always a bot, isn't there? There's always a bot.
I'll take that. I'll accept that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with ideas, but I've got so much going on, and
yeah,
it's just I think I'm trying to be more creative when it comes to like the retro ranking I do, doing things a bit different, doing TV themes and comedy themes. I'm coming up more of that instead of the same, I'll do a top 10 favourite songs of this band, that band. I just want to come up with something different. And like the classic albums, I do themed classic albums, like I'm doing the Rolling Stone magazines. See, in a few weeks' time, I might do, another month, we might do four classic punk albums.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. I know I keep writing all these down of different variations of doing classic albums and different themes. So, you're right. I've always got
people who watch YouTube videos, they're very, very low intelligence. They don't want a challenge. They want to watch somebody flicking through records, and they want to see a whole video from a car boot sale. That's what they want to watch. If you do a video that you think, oh, this is a little bit different, you don't get the same views on them. So, I mean, Simon knows that. He went through his CDs. He's got about 7,000 views.
I know.
It was a
And he's
nothing
got some-
video. You
he's
know,
got
it was
some
so
shit
simple, and yet
CDs.
it took off. But then when you actually put some
Yeah.
thought and some ideas behind a video,
No,
it doesn't get any kind of respect, does it? You know?
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. You're dead right. You're dead right. But I think people not only, do they like haul videos and whatever, it's also sort of like, well, this is familiar to me. Someone showing an album that I've got in my collection.
Yeah. I mean, we all know.
You show them something a bit different and they don't want to know.
You know, we all know if Norman Maslow farts in a phone box, it's going to get 10,000 views. There's absolutely no quality in there whatsoever.
No.
No,
Farts in a what?
not in a telephone box.
Farts
Do
in a
they
what?
have telephone boxes where he is though?
Probably
Probably
not.
Or
not.
mobile phones, isn't it?
That's not the point.
Probably.
Yeah.
That was a joke for the 1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the
It reminds me of John Cooper Clarke, Kung Fu International, talking about phone boxes.
No, well, this is like, no, yeah, this is another funny video, isn't it? So you get something like this, and you'll get Melinda Murphy saying, "Oh, why did I buy this album?" That'll get 12,000 views, won't it? So that's YouTube for you, isn't it?
It's a good album to hold up, actually, Nursery Crime.
Yeah.
Get it in stereo, why don't we?
Yeah.
So, Rob, what is your advice to the vinyl community, to us creators? We've waited. We're at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. You've taken your sweet time to come and join us. What is your advice to us creators to be better at what we do?
Well, there's a few of you I have to just pack in, but I think some of you already have, hasn't you? Just kind of here for the laughs, but
go through the motions, Rob.
yeah, going through the motions, aren't you? You know, but it's going to get very exciting soon because it's going to be the start of the year, and you get all the new kids who are going to start a channel, because they watch the vinyl tag and they get all excited. So that's always amusing, isn't it? When we get new channels.
Yeah, and by March, they put lots of content out, and by March,
the high production, isn't it? I want to be Mazzy kind of.
Yeah,
style.
it's always funny, isn't it?
Oh, I can do an impression.
Well, yeah.
I can do an impression of someone proper.
There's been
doing the Alex Dickey.
There's been quite a few channels though that have stuck at it this year, but you do get quite a drop off, don't you? I spoke before that maybe a few people, they start a channel and if they don't quite get what they expect from it, they soon get bored. But I mean, I joke around, but I mean, I think the vinyl community is really pretty strong. I think there's a lot of really nice people in there, isn't there? There's obviously the odd exception. I don't want to mention anyone, Michael, but apart from a few people, everyone's a good egg, aren't they?
I think that's the biggest thing. If I say about starting my YouTube channel, if someone said to me, what's the best thing that's ever happened? And I'm going to say it's meeting all you guys.
Yeah. It's the interaction.
It's that interaction.
You sure about that?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Right.
I mean, if you want sort of instantly thousands of subs, you don't do a vinyl community channel, do you?
No.
You do something else.
Yeah.
But it's just the interaction. Again, you guys and other people. It's just. I mean, it can be like a proper community, can't it?
Yeah.
When you actually get to know people properly.
It can be.
Rocky, there's a cat on stream.
He's too busy. Well, I'm not going to say what he's doing at the moment. I think going on what Rob was saying, I think some people, when they start a channel, they try and run before they can walk. They don't. They seem to think they watch all these big channels, and I think I can do that. And when they're not getting their subs, they sort of go, "Oh, what am I doing?" Now, when I started, I just kept level head. And I think even Dave says, let's just go at the pace. And we'll see. And now at 2 years, 2 years, nearly two and a bit years out on, I'm starting to feel the benefits of my hard work, because I haven't let it go to my head. I don't consider myself a TV show or a celebrity. I'm just some bloke that likes waffling on about music and making gaffes and being human.
As someone famous once said, everybody has their 15 minutes of fame.
I think the people who are making the big effort these days are the British people. And we have Madam Sin, who's come back. And yesterday we had Invisible Ray show Biggles as a premiere. And I thought that was just marvelous. Nothing about records. It was just Biggles. Did you see that? Were you there? Simon, were you there?
I saw him upload the video. I've not watched it.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
No.
I'm having a day.
He's taking a step back, isn't he, Ray? I think he's, not uploading.
He did a live stream yesterday. He did a live presentation. Yeah, it was quite good.
I think it all kind of comes back to the fact that I think if you want to be one of the kind of players, you're making a big mistake, because you could never really never satisfies anything. Whereas I think if you just enjoy what you're doing, have a bit of experiment around, just enjoy it, that's the reward. It doesn't matter about the figures necessarily. If you enjoy it, you'll get the reward in the end.
What do you think about that, Rob? You agree with what Stevie just said?
I was just thinking that Simon will probably back me up on this, but when we started our channels, if you had about 500 subscribers, you had a lot of subscribers. People like Steve Carlson, they had about 500 subscribers. And YouTube, the vinyl community, has just exploded really in the last 5 years. And in the next 5 years, it's probably going to grow even more. So just a good thing to be a part of, isn't it? It's like Mike says, it's the highlight of his week, and it's not really something you want to confess that.
Well, I have, haven't I? It's done now. I can't take it back.
Yeah.
I think when we started, if we could see the future and see that we're going to make 500 subs, I think that for most people they would be sort of very overwhelmed and satisfied by that round number, wouldn't they? Definitely, necessarily need any more. But it has grown considerably, hasn't it, in the last few years?
Yeah, I remember when I got my hood.
Can reach 100,000 subs quite quickly now.
Well, maybe not. 500. I dream of it.
Yeah. You'll get there.
I think I will eventually. Yeah. No, it's not going too badly at the moment.
Yeah, you just got to be patient, I think. Sometimes.
Yeah. But honestly, I really don't care that much. If I did, I'd probably jack it all in.
Yeah.
If you really want to be successful, you got to make Who shorts, like Stevie.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
I want to stay real though. Genuine.
He's adding buckets of subscribers every day, Rob. Every day. Every time he puts out a Who short, he gets dozens of subscribers. It's incredible.
Yeah, but it's like a hollow reward, that, isn't it?
It's cheating.
It is, yeah.
I've always been
what
more
you said,
my
Michael.
views. Yeah, I'll be firm. I the first thing I look at is my views, not my subs.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm
what they should do with subs is say, these are the subs from my long videos. Subs from long videos, subs from shorts, and subs from other, and then you get a kind of feel of. Then you have a look at the channel, then you get a feel, because I mean, really, my channel is like 200 sub channel, really, or 250 from the videos, just because I've had a interesting time doing some shorts.
Yeah.
And worked out how to beat the algorithm. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean that's another thing. It's if you want to pile on a few views or subs or whatever, you need to get the momentum. You need to get a momentum of some sort. Because I remember seeing was it Suffolk Audiophile? Is it? I was looking at his subs and sort of think, oh, he's got a lot of subs, and then looked back at his channel a few sort of couple of weeks later, and he had loads more subs. I thought, where did that come from? And it had, I think he did sort of 10 best audiophile albums or some video like that had gone viral, gone nuts, and he had like 10K views on it. And I thought, right, so that's why, because he's had a video go very popular, so he's got a lot of momentum, a lot of views. Bang, there's the sub. So it's all about momentum, on that side of things. But like you say, is it a hollow victory or is it genuine? I think all my people are genuine, but they're not going to all look at the long videos, because a lot of people are just on the bus and they're looking on their phone at the subs. They don't want to look at a video, so
Sure.
Yeah, I tend to find I look at most of my subs now on my back catalogue. I'm picking up more subs on stuff that I done ages ago.
Yeah, you will do though.
Yeah, and that's I'm getting comments on, and it takes one person to put a comment on an old video. It's like my Barclay James Harvest. That's gone through the roof at the moment. I mean, Slade has just gone crazy over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I've had them little spits and spats where a video that I thought of, Barclay James Harvest, you've got to be of a certain age to know who they are. But all of a sudden, 200, 300 people are watching it in a week. You want to know what starts them want to watch it, and then how all of a sudden
It's because YouTube is kind of like gatekeepering it. You get a few views, so it says, right, so people are watching this, I'll put it more out there with the impressions, or like for the shorts on the reach. So it's putting more impressions out there, so then people watch it more. So it's YouTube is like this gatekeepering device. And it will encourage things that get views, but it will pull things that aren't getting views, which is actually very, very difficult for sort of, if you're starting up a channel, to get some momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, I think you've got to accept that when you first make a video, that you'll be lucky if anyone really sees it.
Most videos you put out as a newbie will they'll just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, I found that now that it's a Pauline Murray video that I did a month or so ago now, and it's still getting views, whereas other videos, they peak after sort of 2 or 3 days, and then that's it.
Yeah, we spoke about that before. That's because it's got general interest. It's like my record shop video, that's nearly on 9,000 now. That's getting 200 views every 48 hours. So, that's going to be on 10,000 by the end of October. That's gone mental, that really.
Yeah.
Hey, Iain, I noticed that Elliot Cruz of the southern United States has been making a lot of comments here in the gallery, and I think you should extend an invitation to him to come up and join us here so that we can have a commingling of cultures.
I think think that's a good idea. If you want to come up, Elliot, I'm going to put the link up. It's lovely to see you. I haven't spoken to you for such a long time.
Commingling.
Right, I'm going to leave you now because it's been invigorating as always.
Yeah.
We're going to miss you,
What's
Rob.
your bedtime, is it, Rob?
Yeah,
I'm only going to go
sleep.
for another. I think we'll only go for another 15 minutes or so because, yeah,
I need to go to bed.
The producer needs to go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, the producer's had a bloody long day.
Yeah, Dave. We got to remember Dave has been to a funeral today, so he's had a long day.
Rob, I want to thank you
Sorry,
for the
Ian.
inspiration that you've given all of us today. Like
Yes.
when you come on, you make me want to be a better channel. And I
Yeah.
work very hard, and I look for your guidance and your inspiration because you are a leader of men in the vinyl community.
Well, I've
Thank
got
you
the
for your
best channel.
critique.
I've got the best channel on the VC, so I agree with you.
Yeah. Certainly the best car boot channel.
Yes.
Okay, but just a response from Elliot. He'd love to, but another time. That's great.
Yeah.
Before
see
you
you
go,
later,
this stream has been brought to you by the letter R and Rob Walker. Yeah, for those of you watching this live and watching later, can I have some feedback about the improvements and the worst panel in the world and me throwing off one of my monitors? I'll never live that one down. We'll be talking about that for years.
Pulsar, you're welcome.
Well, Michael axed his live stream guests in the back live on air. Beat that.
Have you done that, Michael?
What's that?
Have you done that, Michael?
Stevie says I have. It's not true. It's not true.
They were in tears.
I quit when we were just going strong, and I just yeah.
There's a thing over here in that when you do a comedy series, you do 2 series and that's it. You go out on a high.
I did.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You should all be 40 towers.
All be 40. Yeah, 2 series. Boom. Dinner ladies. 2 series.
You can either be dinner ladies or 40 towers, or you can be doctors. Doctors.
Yeah, I saw that on the news today, Dave. That doctors have been axed, and I'd never even heard of it.
Oh, my sister watches it religiously. She's a nurse, and she watches it because it's very accurate. She does like it. But,
so what is doctors?
It's a medical practice set in a fictional town somewhere in, I think, northeast England. I think. I'm not certain. I don't watch it myself. But no, it's been axed after 23 years, and the final show goes out, I think it's December next year. They've given them a year's notice.
Wow.
It's like that. They're all on the last series of this comedy series, Ghosts. I think I watched 3 episodes and thought
I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, it had potential, but the ghost thing has already been done years ago.
The programming is absolutely shocking now, isn't it?
To bring back Big Brother and make a big thing about Big Brother's back. Oh, for God's sake!
And what's your pronoun? A chocolate bar.
So you watch it then, Ian, do you?
No, I actually no. I tell you how I watched it. I was watching the
channel changed on him accidentally.
No, I was watching. I think it was on GB News. I was watching the late night. And they was talking about it. Old Big Brother was all about the experiment, but now they go in and they sort out what they want to be known by.
All right,
I'm sorry. The first 3 series as an experiment, yes, fine, I could get that. But then it became this reality TV show. It's not reality. All this living in the jungle with wannabe TV stars.
Yeah.
It's not reality. Reality is going out, earning a living, being able to pay your bills, feed your kids. That's reality.
You see,
shopping for vinyl in charity shops.
Yeah, you said. Yeah. I think
that's
the
reality.
PC,
Car boot fairs.
I think that's
Rob Walker.
That's in the jungle would be entertaining. Those guys in the jungle would be entertaining.
Oh God, not for me, it would. Yeah, but I mean, Michael, do you get the same sort of phenomena that we get in the UK, where sort of celebrity is almost like a thing that breeds, and so you get these sort of very sort of self-centered sort of nutcases that go on, say, Big Brother, and then automatically they become celebrities. So they go on other programs that are celebrity, with celebrities. And, quite often you watch trailers for these programs and you think, well, where are the celebrities? There's just a whole load of people I don't know.
Yeah, people say, what do you, they say to kids what you want to be when you grow up. In my day, it was, fireman, policeman, train driver. I want to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Certainly. Go out, make a YouTube video or a TikTok video, get 500,000 viewers, and that's the key word, influencer. Then you start making money. But then look at how many influencers have been hauled up because what they've been peddling has turned out to be absolute crap.
Even Rocky agrees with you, Dave.
Thank you, Rocky, for that vote of confidence.
Yeah. I mean, how can you say I want to be a celebrity?
Yeah.
I know there's certain people in the vinyl community think they're celebrities.
Players.
Well, it depends on which vinyl community you're talking about.
They just think about the money, don't they? I don't think the whole sort of side of it will completely change your life if you became a big celebrity to a point where you won't be able to go anywhere,
Yeah. Here's reality. Yeah, it's reality.
It can be devastating in a way.
Yeah. For those of you who think you're going to make lots of money on this, take it from people that here. You don't.
I can guarantee I've had my 15 minutes of fame, and no, it doesn't work.
No, you don't.
I've been on telly once.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, very very famous. I think it was 90. What was it? I can't remember. It's in the 90s, but I was in an episode of Casualty.
Were you the one in Bandit?
Casualty.
Head to foot.
No, there was
Charlie.
There was a scene where it was an episode where there was like a race riot, and what had happened? I was teaching English as a foreign language, so they asked for extras. So we had like a couple of coachloads of foreign students to be in the crowd, like it was an anti-racism march. And there was a scene where there was somebody got hit by a rubber brick, and they were on the floor, and the ambulance arrives. And we're all shouting racists out, except we're all shouting radishes out. If you listen very carefully, and there's a couple of scenes I'm in. I actually walked past the camera in one scene, another scene where I'm stood behind the motorbike with a guy who's like fake blood all over his face. So that was my 15 minutes of fame. We've still got the VHS video, my mum, for episode of Casualty.
I was on live.
Oh, brilliant.
My son's famous.
Telly. I've been on live telly quite a few times at Lord's, Northampton Cricket Ground.
Yes.
And the other, I even made the local paper on the back page.
Mm-hmm. It's a famous
Man
picture,
exposes himself.
Yeah, and the other one was many years ago. There used to be a Christian rock festival held in Northamptonshire called Greenbelt. Now I had a friend at
Sorry, I know the story.
at Boja, which is within the news to get free tickets. So we went there and they called us. This was a Sunday morning when they're supposed to be having like the big worship thing. And they went round to, we was actually on live telly on Songs of Praise, sitting there all hungover. And everyone that watched, and even my nan saw it, and she says, "That's our Iain, but oh, he looks a bit."
How Rocky sounds.
Yes, I was a little bit because we were drinking. We took a tent and filled it with beer, and then it got round. We've got homemade beer. We've been making homemade beer for the whole year because we knew this was going to come, and people caught on that we'd got beer. And I kept coming around the tent and bringing pot noodle pots, and we're filling beer. And they wouldn't come back for more because it was homebrew, and you know how bad homebrew is. It's like a guy said, "I want a pint." Really? Fill your boots.
No, you don't.
We did find him. Anyway, on that note, I am going to end this, I think.
Right. Well, in that case, before you do that, I need to do some admin.
You do.
And I need to refresh that stream.
I think Michael's looking here. He's not biting his finger.
It hasn't changed.
Oh.
The live vote is 50-50.
Wow. That is the biggest. That is probably the biggest vote we've ever had on any of these sort of battles and that. So
wow,
that's fantastic.
No,
and I think we spoke about this off air the other week, didn't we? About the memento of this competition will go, and it is. People are really getting involved. So thank you for everyone for being involved with the battle royale. Thank you very much, my guests, and once again. There's 1,000 apologies to my good friend Simon. And of course, Stevie's vinyl cover for being the first 8th person to appear.
Seventh.
The 7th, and not fake. So, and Michael, thank you for your supporting. Yes, go and support him. Well, we haven't done the thumbnail yet. This is the legendary what we have to hold.
Yeah, okay. I'll lower the tone for you.
I've got Marillion. What's
Simon's off?
I'll go with that. So
you're whack-a-mole.
There you go. His iPod.
His iPod. Right, there we go. That'll be on the thumbnail tomorrow. Thank you very much for everyone watching the first one. I'd love your feedback, and I think we all like your feedback on how you think tonight went, being the first of the long ones. So, see you all next week. Bye for now.
Take care.
Cheers, everybody.
Next week.
Bye.